Ooh, baby, baby. Welcome to a very special episode of Good Morning New Hill City. We were recapping in this one the ninth installment of the Cryptidverse. Thank you, Soph. I love Soph. Um, the ninth installment of the Cryptidverse, which is my RP series based on the cryptids who run the obituary section of New Hill City, and I made 12 RPs that were meant to last a month. Some of them did not, including this one we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk today about the ninth one, Circles, which is a very special one for me because it won me the Heli for Best RP Story, which I very much appreciate. Circles was a big fun one, and I created it because I was inspired by RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. Because the idea behind it was I was basically going to put people into a computer game that would eliminate them one by one based on challenges, and but the computer game would not be eliminating people. The contestants would be eliminating each other, so they would go on a voting based system. So I basically got it off of the RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars format, where the contestants have to vote each other out, based on who wins the task and who does not. So this was like a very this is such a fun one. I was so excited. Out of all of the Cryptidverse ones, this is the one I was like super excited to show off. So we have some of the cast here. I'm gonna invite them to the stage. These hoes, all these hoes from different area codes. Welcome, Dio. I almost forgot all of your names just now. Dio, Kitten, and so. Now you talk.
You fucking forgot our names.
And that's how we're starting. Woot!
It sure is.
How you feeling today, Dio? Drunk, pissed off, or tired?
Why not all three?
Yeah, all three. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Welcome to the pod. Yeah, when you got the prompt for Circles, how did it make you feel? Do you remember? Probably not.
What? Just the thing where it was like create a fucking character?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess I didn't tell you all anything. That's true. I think
Yeah.
I told you all that it was going to be some sort of computer game. You were meant to make an alias, like a username thing, and yeah, I forgot about that. That's true. That's true. I'm trying to go back to the top so I can breathe. Oh, here we go. So I wrote beta testers for a dungeon crawler slash sim game code Inadic. Oh, I see what I was doing there. Oh, that's for something else. You'll be paid for your time. Please zap Vic Games, which is a shout out to Dr. Helsvik from the Fox. You'll be on retainer for about 3 months, and you will be paid a living wage for your time. We do not discriminate on the basis of race, creed, gender, identity, or disability. Helps if you are in Neo Tokyo area, but not a requirement. Upon zapping us, we will zap you back with a short questionnaire for you to fill out. Thank you for your participation. Yeah, so this one was set in the future, and everyone got very excited about that. It's like, okay. It's set in 2136, and I had people fill out their username, region or country, an about me section, what scares you, what angers you, what sexually turns you on, what are your feelings on Jesus Christ, what is the most expensive item you've stolen, how many physical altercations have you been in, what can you not get enough of, which was really interesting, and I definitely didn't use it against anyone. And the other thing was that they were not allowed to post that sheet to the public. So those are
Uh The sheet that I'm posting right now.
the sheet that Dio is posting right now. Yeah, this was I because I was going to use it
I'm
against him
adding to
later.
it. I'm making your terrible sheet actually fucking legible.
Wait a second, it was legible from before. How dare?
It's just a wall of text whenever it's all like filled out and everything. It's like impossible to fucking read.
Not this row.
Yes, you also will have to tell me who's in the audience if there's someone who's asking to be seen. So we had so Dio's gonna post their character in the chat, but we had the first character was Dark Wolfie, whose about me
Which
section
is getting posted.
His about me section was, I was born with a special power. I was stronger than all my classmates, and I served in the military where I fought in a huge battle that left me scarred and full of darkness. Also, earrings aren't girly. You don't know me. I'm shredded in real life. Square up. Don't even PM me if it's not in character. I'm a hardcore RPer, and I only respond to my OC Dark. I hate this character. When I first, at this point, I hate this character. Just at this point.
Yeah, the character is very much a stereotype. The fucking about me section is literally ripped off of of this like meme character called Cold Steel the Hedgehog.
Oh god. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much.
I think
gross.
parts of it were stolen from Sonichu too. Like I really wanted to just I really just wanted to imbue Dark Wolfie with as much cringe as possible. Because, you know, they're like, oh yeah, I'm stronger than everyone else, and I served in the military, and I'm a badass, and I like to steal and fight ninjas and shit like that. And it's like actually just like a kid basically tweeting all of this from a hospital bed, and they've like never left the confines of some form of a hospital or hospice. Yeah.
And that gets used later.
Yeah.
We also had Dominus from South Korea, who just wrote, played by Down by Six, who wrote, about me, I'm Dominus, Latin for master, that's all you need to know. Which is, like, the way you all wrote your about me section was, like, ripped from Discord. It was like every version of a Discord about me section I've ever read. Phenomenal. We also had Pudsey Cat, who was played by the lovely Velvet She, who wrote the about me section was, a cat person with a bit of feist, interested in not much, call me Cat or Pud, Z. Which was great. We also had very popular, very controversial Hatsune Miku 893.
Where's Nolam?
I know, God, I wish so much. Played by Nolam, brilliantly by Nolam. And also from USA, I forgot about this. The About Me section was, Nation First, Hip Hop into Miku, Rapids are the cutest, Texas #1, daily activities, screaming at neighbors, nomming cookies, Assassin's Creed, COVID, screaming some more, they, them. Oh, I love Hatsune Miku. We also had Off to Mars. Hi, Soph.
I'll post it in the chat.
Yes,
now.
please.
And I'll post her backstory too. All day backstory.
Yeah, give it all. Give us all of it. Oh yes, I also had everyone be completely genderless, just because it's the internet. It's avatars. We're not doing gender.
Also, I need you to know that part of the thing, Fire was like, you can lie on your answers to these questions, because as long as the lie is something that is in character, so I ran with that. Like that's where the whole character of Wolfie came from, was just, you can lie.
A lot of you lied very hard, and a lot of you kind of didn't lie at all, which I was surprised about. And I definitely used that against all of you, which is great. Off to Mars is about me section. What's up? I may seem unapproachable, but that's only to the boys who don't have the right approach or the right.
That was a song lyric.
A ride that makes a person like me want to hop and roll. So much. Plus, when you're living in this climate wasteland of Australia, it's nearly impossible to have a bit of fun. Much of the ways of my entertainment come from CDs from the pop music genre. Pop music in quotations, by the way. That's how you know we're in the future. And old chick flicks from way back when in the 2000s. Oh, my body just had full body shivers from that. Oh, how I wished I lived in that era. Would certainly be a lot more fun than what I live in today. Oh my god, Tata Young. Yes. Oh gosh. Ugh, I love Off to Mars. Horrible character. Horrible.
I originally based her off an ARG, then I've kind of just deterred from that as it got on because I started to get really bored of her character. So I was like, okay, well, I have to turn her around somehow. So I kind of just made her into the character she ended up being.
I fucking love it. And then we had here. Let me see. I'm just going to pull up the circles thing, backstory thing. We also had Horace Knepp, played by Swiftcut Lassie. The About Me section was, I'm just a working class person who loves spending their time gaming in any kind of computer system. Wow, what a fucking liar. And then we had Cheese Sticks, played by Alcoholic Nick, who wrote his About Me completely in Portuguese, but he wrote the
Shadow
translation.
wants in.
Oh, Shadow's coming in? Okay.
Shadow wants in. Let Shadow in.
Shadow wants in. Listen, when Shadow wants in, we let Shadow in. Here comes Shadow. This is the perfect time because we know what happens to Shadow. So the next so it was Cheese Sticks, and his About Me was, I know how to play the piano. I even play in a band with friends. Although I was born and raised in Macau, I never learned Cantonese because my parents only spoke Portuguese to me. I also didn't learn that much Cantonese in school. The only other language I picked up was English, though I prefer using Portuguese, which is such a...
Wait, do you guys want me to send like the thing for my character?
Sure, if you want to. People are doing it. I didn't ask, but people are doing it. Feel free.
All right.
I wanted there to be context about my character, so that way they could really get a sense of Wolfie if they weren't in the RP.
Purely.
Let me just find. Okay, fire.
And I'm happy Shadow's here because our next character is Zero God. The About Me section is, I am a professional bodybuilder. I enjoy teaching people how to bodybuild. I've been told that I'm very attractive. I enjoy many video games. God, who could possibly be lying in this? Anyway.
I just wrote the first thing that came to mind. Like I usually do for most things.
We also have Red Like
You said
Roses.
you could lie. You said I could lie.
I certainly did.
You said I could lie.
Boy, oh boy, did y'all take that and run with it. The next one was Red Like Roses 31. A. The About Me section saying, just someone who's obsessed with games a bit too much. Oh God, I hate this person. I hate them. And I love games too much. I don't know if you guys are into that, but like, I'm different because I like games too much. Then we had Kitty Starfire, who is played by the wonderful Amakin. The About Me section saying, I hate filling this shit out, which honestly is the most accurate About Me to that character. I feel like out of all of the characters, that About Me perfectly fit Kitty Starfire. So yeah, and then we had Noob, who played husband with a bunch of Japanese characters, and then hashtag 301839. The About Me section saying, I have among the highest grades in my class. Do archery every so often in my spare time. I love romance, anime, and manga. Okay, he's not horrible. And then we had he's honestly out of everyone. Then we had Orin 13, played by Shy, whose About Me was, I'm results oriented, constantly checking in with the goal to determine how close or how far away we are and what it will take to make it happen, like a true incel. I added that last part in. And then we had Esmeralda, played by Kiara. About Me, I'm 14, I like new games, want to collab, then feel free to hit me up. God, I love that. I love the esoteric term collab, because it just means nothing. It can mean anything. It means, I don't know, getting a VC with me, write me pen pal notes. What the fuck does collab mean? It just doesn't, it makes no sense. Oh my God, what was that? That's terrifying. And then finally we had Leah playing Cold Demon 442, Where Are We? who wrote in the About Me, I love bananas. Which, same. Honestly, relatable content. So everyone logs in, quote unquote, and everyone gets to know each other. And, we get a little sense of like who all the characters are. How are you guys coming into this? Do you remember like were you like trying to get to know people? Like what were your characters up to at this point? You guys probably don't remember.
I'm actually scrolling through the thing right now.
I mean, you guys are just like chatting. I think you guys are just like getting to know each other. It wasn't a big thing. I didn't know if anyone had like a strategy or a plan. Like if you all knew that it was going to be some sort of what it
Kitty
was.
comes in swinging with "What up, losers?"
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, with a "What up, losers." So everyone hangs out, we chat, and then we're gonna get right into the first circle, which was the limbo circle. So the RP is called circles because it's based on the 9 circles. 7 circles? How many circles are there?
One thing we gotta go over during the chatting is where everybody fucking stands off as like the edgy personas that they've set up to pretend that they are before that first circle.
That is actually true.
The fucking grammar Nazi gets in and it's like, you're not using enough periods. And so my character starts ending every sentence with ... And like, is that a fucking enough for you? Tough guy.
God. I hate everyone in this game. Everyone is awful. Yeah, you all are incredibly cringe, and I couldn't stand it, and I couldn't wait to kill you. And I love all of you. Yes, Kitty, I love all of you. I hate your characters, which is why this is my favorite thing ever to do. So the first circle was the limbo circle, and it was fine. Everyone was fine. We're just playing a game. It's no big deal. And we always have the imp challenge, which is sort of like a knowledge-based heady challenge. And the first challenge was the get to know each other quiz, where I had all of you, I guess, send me. I forgot what was the get to know each other quiz. God, it's been so long since I did this. It was fuck. What did I have you guys do? Does anybody remember? Get to know each other quiz.
I'm still scrolling. Our characters are just being dicks to each other right now.
I know, I'm seeing it. Yeah. It was like the very first. I only have written down as get to know each other quiz. I think it was. Maybe you guys had to like just guess who. Guess who did what thing or something like that. Oh, let me see. Oh, wait, I think I'm at the point. Oh no, I'm at the second task. Never mind. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna figure it out.
Hold on.
I'm alive somehow.
I'm almost there. I'm scrolling past many of Fire's fucking voice messages, which are just setting out the rules and telling people to stop fucking around so hard.
Oh yes,
like stop posting images. You know.
This is also the first-ish RP we had with voice memos. I figured out how to make voice memos, and so those were how they were announced the task. And I had a voice modulator that I downloaded and paid for, which is great. Let me find. Let me see. I'm trying to listen to the voice things and see if like they tell me.
This game has a function called that.
I had to text myself the voice things just to hear them.
Oh yeah, some of you guys couldn't hear them.
I wasn't gonna go on my. I wasn't gonna go on my.
I know.
I had to use like this documents app I had on my phone.
Let me see what the.
Now that we have all introduced ourselves,
Wasn't
let
it
me
like?
explain
It
what
was
you will be
which one was like?
witnessing.
Wait. I think the first task was finding out which region we were each from.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was where each.
That does sound right.
That's right. Yeah. Yep. Oh,
Your
you had to read
task
through
will
people's
begin
profiles
shortly.
to figure out where they
Is
were from.
everyone ready?
Yeah. What region everyone is from, and then we would do a final count to see who won what? That was a very simple one, and I believe I have it written down here. The Dark Wolfie was the imp winner for the first challenge. You won the very first challenge, Dio.
Yeah, that was on my second attempt because my first attempt I forgot to count myself.
Very good. Very good.
In fact, Wolfie for like several messages like I didn't count myself. I'm an idiot. I can't believe I didn't count me.
So Dark Wolfie wins the full first task. And then the Belphegor challenge was so each big challenge there would also be a physical challenge, which was based on the demon that rules over the certain 7 deadly sins that is attached to said circle. It's all very complicated. And the challenge was how long could you be suspended in the air? So everyone hangs in a bar suspended in the air and roll. And I had roll anything with a 6 in it or a 7 in it. But I didn't tell anyone that it was 6s or 7s. So you all just kept rolling and being like, "What the fuck? Why?"
We figured it out eventually.
You did figure it out eventually, yes.
Yeah.
Took you all a while, but you did figure it out, yes. So the trick was that anything with a 6 or 7 in it kept you on the bar. So it would start out like 777 and then 77. So yeah, and then the winner of that was Pudsey Cat, which was great. And then very very simple. I had everyone vote for who they thought was should be eliminated from the challenge. No big deal. It's all good. So everyone had to DM me and tell me who they wanted to vote out, and it was fine, and no one knew anything was going to be crazy. And so we got 5 votes for. Oh yes. Oh, here's the thing. Sorry, I forgot about this part. So if you won the challenge, whoever you voted for automatically gets picked to be eliminated. But if the challenge succumbs everyone, if the challenge wins, basically, if everyone else loses, then whoever is voted most gets eliminated. So for this one, I believe it wasn't the group choice. That's right, because Pudsey Cat won. Pudsey Cat won the challenge, but the votes were for Orin, played by Shy, got 5 votes. Cold Demon, played by Leah, got 2. Kitty Starfire got 2. Dominus got 1. Cheeseps got 1. Zoxtrin, who I forgot to mention, played by Void, got 1. Husband got 1. Esmeralda got 1. Hatsune Miku got 1. And so Pudsey Cat's choice of Cold Demon, played by Leah, was picked, and eventually we realized that the game is a little bit more serious than perhaps we thought. So we watched. Oh yes, and in order, I'm also skipping over this kind of major part. There's also a boss round before the voting round. Well, the voting happens before the boss. I don't remember. Anyway, so there's a boss round, and so the winner it goes head to head with one of the bosses, which is one of the cryptids from days past. So the first boss was a game of Limbo with the Snug Slug, which was really cute, and but eventually Pudsey Cat did win, and that's why they got to pick Cold Demon. And we watched poor Cold Demon get their head bashed into a television. Just started bashing their head over and over into a television. It's really it was really not great. And we discovered that can we let Nick in? Yes. And we discovered that the game is a little bit more serious than we once thought, because basically Cold Demon died IRL, which is like, oh no, that's crazy. Did you all see that?
This sounds like, is this like a usual afternoon for you? Do you usually watch people bash their skulls?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that how Cold Demon died?
Yep.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Their head right into a television. It was great. It was great. How did you all feel about the voting process, first of all?
I don't even remember voting.
My very first instinct was to try and vote for 2 people.
Yes, Okay.
I think I was the first person to get yelled at for trying to put in a second vote after my first one.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I voted for Orion or whatever his name is. I forgot.
Well, yeah, that's the funny thing is that had Pudsycat not beat the Snug Slug for the Limbo role, Orin would have gotten the chop because they got the most votes by far. So that was.
I think I voted for him. I'm not sure though.
I know who I voted for, which is one of the reasons
I don't remember.
that my character acted so guilty after the first round is because my character voted for Dominus, the person that they liked most, because they figured that nobody else would vote on him, and that it was majority based.
Didn't Hatsune Miku vote for themselves?
Yes,
Hatsune
yes.
Miku did
Yeah.
Yes, that trend started. Also, the first few rounds, people were voting for themselves a lot, and then
I tried to and got yelled at.
got yelled at. So everyone kind of debriefs after seeing that Cold Demon has very violently died. And the dungeon master, we'll call them, reveals that this game is quite serious and that they need to take it seriously and that people will die. So that's great. And you get to vote on each other to die. It's so much fun. So we move on to the lust round, which is I think the room was just like a strip club. It was like very sexual and whatnot, and so people are like hanging out in the sexy time room. Okay, so just wrote, "Oh God, this round."
Hang on, I'm trying to scroll to make a post so that we can get all the way to that part of the thing, because of the fact that it's a chat room thing, there's just so much.
There's so much, and we're not going to do a deep dive into it until we'll pick spots that are very, very fun for us. But if you haven't read Circles, you have to go back and read it because there's so much nuance there. But we're hitting the big points.
RP roll to read it though.
Yes, get the RP roll.
Yeah, and it is very it's like reading a chat room like forum post kind of thing. It's very, very, very like stream of consciousness. Some people just say things. People reply and react to each other.
Oh. Yeah, it was definitely that. It was very interesting. So we move on to the lust round, and the imp challenge was one that I think probably was people's least favorite.
I hated it.
Where I had, and it was mean. I felt mean after a while, but I made the cast translate various Romance languages.
Oh, I hate you.
I hated that one.
I
so
literally
much.
could only translate Spanish because it's the only language I know.
Listen,
other than English.
You can't say we don't get educational in Nail City. It was very.
We really don't.
I hate you so much, Fire.
It was
you
the
don't
worst.
know how many hours of my life I wasted.
Some of y'all I thought would be really. You specifically, Nick. I was like, some of y'all are live in Romance language places, so I was like, oh, this will be a piece of cake. But
since when is California a Romance language place?
Great. Nick lives in. Where do you live, Nick? Portugal? Where do you live?
Portugal.
Yes, yeah, that place. So it's it was fine. But the problem.
One of them was in Portuguese.
Yeah, one of them was in Portuguese, and I think you got it wrong, which is hilarious.
No, I got it right.
Oh, did you get it right? Okay.
You ain't catching me. Getting that shit wrong.
I also just rolled past, and it's like where Fire was trying to post the thing, but it wouldn't post correctly, and he kept deleting it and posting it again and deleting it. I'm like, Fire's method acting. He's got to be higher than that voice right now because he keeps fucking up the file.
Yeah, that was all.
Everybody's like, "Oh, geez, I wish I could listen to that." Oh no.
Thanks everyone
was
for covering for me.
try-harding that challenge.
That was definitely a choice, a character choice. And so the phrase was I gotta remember what the phrases were, but I think there were 5 of them. And so the challenging part about it was that each phrase was in a different voice modulator, and by the end the phrase was like barely legible. Or what's the word for vocal legibility? Anyway, you couldn't really hear it that great. Yes, barely unintelligible, which was fun. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to scroll to where the what the phrases were. They were like some.
Fire.
Yes.
If you ever make us do something like that again, I will hunt you down.
Some of y'all just
Use
gave
your
up.
normal voice.
Yeah, I
Use
gave
your
up.
normal voice.
I
Just
gave up
use
like
your
3
normal
in.
voice next time, Fire.
Well, yeah, agreed.
I gave up
Like,
on the last one.
The fact
Like
that
your
it was
voice is
like
already
the
threatening enough.
the
Not
fact that it was
threatening,
like the
scary.
automated voices and you modulated them, and then like also you like sometimes modulated your voice twice, and it's like, oh fuck you.
Yeah, sometimes I put it through 2 voice modulators, which was very, very evil. It was great. I really loved it. I really loved torturing you all. So I'm trying to find. Oh yes. Oh god, I'm all the way at the word cold demon died. Jesus.
I'll let you have this.
I've posted 2
one.
links. You can use them to skip.
Oh, thank you.
Because of how many times we have trolled you. So I guess you can get away with this.
So the first phrase, thank you, Dia. The first phrase was, "Would you like to kiss me?" And that was in Spanish. I don't remember who got that.
I think it was me.
Did you get that?
I'm not sure, but I think because I remember getting 1 point, and I'm pretty sure this is the one my character died on.
Maybe it is. We haven't gotten there. We'll see. Maybe. Who knows?
Are you? I don't think. Which one are you?
That was Zero God. Zero God.
No, I don't.
The guy who kept making like song references.
Yeah, I did. Oh, maybe you did die on this one. Because I think we all voted you out of annoyance with the fucking song references.
My favorite is Dark Wolfie's final answer of, "You wanna fuck? I hate this game."
You wanna fuck? I hate this game.
That should have been nominated for best quote. Out of context, it's great. So that was the first one. I can't remember the. Oh, let me just scroll down to the. Do I have all the phrases in?
I have the
total?
second one here. If you want to, the second answer.
Oh, I have. It was it. But why won't you touch me in French?
Yep.
That was number 2.
There's that one.
And
My
then
charger disconnected.
And then is this the "Will you be with me forever" thing or whatever?
I'm not sure. I've not got that far
There
yet.
was one about
I've got to
family.
scroll for more years. I've asked you many times to touch me, and you will not do it. It's the second one, or
That's
third one,
right.
rather.
That's right.
Which I'm now posting. It's even though it's not that far.
Amazing. And then the 4th phrase was, we're gonna find it.
Good luck.
I know this is a dense one.
I don't. Oh,
What's the 4th phrase?
it's something about "Will I ever see my family again?" I think
That's
what it
right.
is.
That's right. Will I ever see my
I'll
family
never
again?
see my family again, will I?
Yeah.
That was the phrase.
Oh, that's so creepy. And then I love.
God!
I just registered so.
I'm just here listening along while trying to draw Biscuits OC, and I'm just remembering everything.
It is very.
Slumdog Millionaire style flashbacks.
It is
Like how
very
all of
creepy.
this is happening while I'm just playing Legends Arceus.
Of course. And then the final phrase was, "Why did you choose to touch that place?" which was in Portuguese. So it was all of the Romance languages, and the winner. There's actually 2 winners, which was Cheese Sticks and Dominus, which were played by.
I hate that because that was dumb.
that was dumb.
I had the choice between a tie and a win, and I chose the tie. It was so dumb.
So
Because if I said the same as Dominus, I would have gotten the win.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh yes.
Hang
So-
on. Here is. Posting more links. Sorry.
Oh, good. Okay.
There you
Okay.
That one is the start of the physical challenge of that circle.
Yes. So the Ashmedai challenge, which is the demon who rules the lust area, it was a pole dancing challenge, and I wrote here: roll 735. Whoever gets the highest or highest for each move wins. So, by the way, I guess I should ask now: do you all know why 7, 7, and 6 were the two numbers that I was really obsessed with you all rolling?
If you add them together, it makes 13. That's my only idea.
We kind of came to the
13 bad.
conclusion that 666 is like the
devil's
number of the
yeah.
beast or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's that there's. I don't remember what we came up with for 7, but we did come up with something.
777 is the number for heaven. 666 is the number of the beast, and 777 is the number for God. That's who you call for God. Just so when you dial his number, you just call 777, and he won't pick up.
Are we going to talk about what happened during the pole dancing challenge?
I mean, we should. I guess if I remember right. But let me just explain the rules. So it's a pole dancing challenge, and an avatar comes up on screen and basically shows them how to do the move, and then simply the players have to roll to see how well they do the move. And while they do the move, they must say one of the previously translated phrases while they do it. And the video starts pretty simple, and then it gets more and more strange. Dio, would you like to tell us what happened?
Well, okay. Could I just start with?
Yes.
The avatar is like telling us what the names of the moves are, and like obviously it's like a video game or whatever, so it's like press X to do this thing. But my character is like, what the fuck is a fireman spin? It's like, oh, it's where you spin on the pole. It's the same fashion as a firefighter would while sliding down it. Let's see if I can do it. And I'm like, how do you know this? And then I'm like, why are you so good at it? Because she rolled a 713 out of 735. Then I rolled an 88.
That's that's really sad. That's really sad for poor Wolfie. Anyway.
Yeah, during the whole thing, they start like posting pictures of what my character would have looked like in real life, as well as comments on them on their appearance, as the photos had been uploaded to basically a porn site, which specifically caters to the fetish of like people who are in hospitals and shit.
Yep, I believe the website was called Hospital Honeys.
It was Hospital Honeys, indeed.
Which is, I believe this is the darkest storyline I've ever come up with for the CVs. So yeah, essentially what we were to glean from that was, yes, that Dark Wolfie's IRL pictures were being uploaded without their consent to a porn site.
Pictures that they weren't aware of like existing, because one of them was like taken through the window of them while they were sleeping, and one was like them in the bath. I specifically remember, and they were all pictures like very voyeuristic.
Oh, so creepy! Can you imagine if you just like happened upon pictures of that someone took of you in your house? How terrifying would that be? Anyway. So yeah, that happened. Yeah, how did you feel about that, Dio? Because I sprung that on you. That was not something
I personally, like, obviously Wolfie would not share these feelings. I thought it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I was enjoying it immensely, as you probably could have told from the thing that I like. Whenever I rolled poorly or whatever, I made a post specifically where it was like, it's kind of funny watching Wolfie pole dance while having a panic attack. So obviously, I was enjoying it immensely.
Oh, so great.
Yeah.
So I've happened to have written down here who did the best of the different moves, and it was Orin, Hatsune Miku, Dominus, Dark Wolfie. Twice apparently.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Dark with couldn't have picked a better winner. Dark Wolfie won in their darkest hour, watching all of their privacy completely be, shattered on the internet.
Yep. And getting to see awful people say awful things about their actual real life picture too.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to find whatever horrible thing
I've got it.
With.
Hang on, wait.
This particular moment was when Fire reached out to me about my character to make a connection between my character and Wolfie's.
Here we go.
And you leave it right there, Kitty. You don't see a thing.
I mean, she felt guilty.
Oh my god. Yes. You will start to realize that these characters are more connected than they once thought. Nothing is random here.
Yeah, no, because Kitty was the one who took those pictures of Wolfie.
Well, yes, we'll get there. Yes, but yes, that is what we discover, is that Kitty took those pictures of Wolfie. Creepy.
We don't discover that until,
much later.
Much later.
Yeah.
God, I wish I didn't have work today, because I really want to be here for the later bits.
Oh gosh, the fight that elimination is gonna be so iconic.
It's only like a 3-hour shift, so hopefully if I get out earlier, hopefully we might still be able to catch it up. Hopefully.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Do you have the phrases up, the comments?
Yeah, I'm posting them now. Do you want me to censor them in the chat, or do you want me to just read them out loud?
Just read them out loud. Just read them out loud.
Okay, so more avatars. Hang on, let me just actually jump to the message again. More avatars show up on screen and start looking at where the images are displayed with speech bubbles that say, "This is hot AF. Could they get a better angle? The shit I would do to this one." And then everybody's like, hey, look, that's disgusting, first of all, but also Wolfie, just try not to focus on it. This is actually when Wolfie starts doing really well in the challenge, I think. More comments include, dude, rank the body. I gotta say 5 of 10. I mean, if you're in a fucking hospital, aren't you supposed to lose weight? Nah, I'm going 7. Nah, man, a 4. There are way better ones here. Do you think she fucks with in a wheelchair? It's not you, Lamau.
What do you think was the most egregious comment?
I think it was probably the wheelchair one, but that's also the one that made me fucking laugh.
I'm gonna reveal this. My first draft of the comments was 8 times worse, but I was like, I can't go there. I can't go that far. Because you know what they would actually say. You know what I mean? It would be way worse. But I was like, we don't need to get into sexual assault territory. We've got the point. We're good. But yes, the first draft of those was.
It's already near there. It's
already there. we can glean where it was going. So yes, somehow Dark Wolf.
Anyways, in classical Shadow fashion, I have to go soon.
My Shadow, just as we're about to.
I said soon.
Okay.
I said soon.
Well then this is a perfect time. We get to the boss round, I believe.
The final challenge of that section is you have to say one of the translated phrases, and I think a lot of people went with, I'm never going to see my family again, am I?
Right, yep. Mm-hmm.
While performing all 4 moves at once, and I think this is the other one that my character won.
Oh, yes.
And this is also when Shadow's character starts singing while my character is having a panic attack and talking about going to kill themselves even if they survive this. Shadow's character starts singing.
What was the first song I used? What was the first song I used?
You start with "You Like Jazz," and then it said, whenever Cold Demon's avatar shows up kneeling in front of the TV, about to bash their face in, you replied to that with, we could have been so good together. Everybody's like, shut up, and it's like, tell me why. It's ain't nothing but a heartache, and you keep replying to people who are calling you a piece of shit.
God, so awful. So the it gets worse from there. With the boss round being a staring contest against the Doctor from the famed The Fox CV3, while he fucks a pig.
No.
So you have to do the moves, the stripper moves, pole dancing moves, excuse me, while you watch the Doctor fuck a pig, and you cannot break eye contact.
Forgot about this.
Oh yeah, a lot of people did and wanted to
That
forget about
was-
this. So it was Dominus versus, I believe it was Dominus versus Cheese Sticks versus Dark Wolfie, as the winners of the previous two challenges, and
yes,
the three of them were going. I believe the
I've got a
winner.
link here.
The Doctor ended up winning. All of you broke eye contact. That was a hard challenge though, because I think so. The mechanics of it were that everyone rolls a d7. You have to get within 2 of the Doctor's roll to maintain eye contact.
Yeah, you had to get one lower, one higher, or the exact number, if I recall correctly.
That's right. Yeah. So that was I put you all through a hard one. So the Doctor ended up winning, which meant the group, everyone voted prior to that of who they want to eliminate, and because the cryptid won, the group gets to vote off the victim. And we had Kitty Starfire with 1, Husband with 1 vote, Zoxtrin with 2 votes, Esme with 2 votes, Orin with 2 votes, going down several, and Zero God with 6 votes. So Zero God,
new record,
got eliminated. Yes, you did the record for that at that point for most votes.
Hang on. One thing I want to say is that our characters could all still talk to each other, while just the 3 people who were participating in the challenge had to maintain eye contact. and so the chat's still going, and everyone is like, stop saying the word fuck. But this is the internet, so everybody keeps saying the word fuck. It's like, please stop. And it's like, oh god, they're uncomfortable with the word fuck and saying something about an animal. Oh my god, is someone fucking an animal behind this curtain?
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, poor Piggy. We should have named the Piggy.
And my character says I've seen weirder shit on Fur Affinity.
Oh god, kill Dark Wolfie now. Kill Dark Wolfie now.
I forgot I was hilarious in this.
Oh god.
My character just starts shit talking the dude fucking the pig.
Oh god.
I love Wolfie.
Oh, poor Wolfie. And so Zero God was put on the chopping block. And this was interesting because what was going to happen, I think, was that I forgot what. Oh yeah, so Zero. So there's a ball gag that was going to be placed onto Zero's mouth.
Finally.
And then something a little bit different happens. Does anyone recall what maybe happened that perhaps was not scripted?
Choking.
Yeah, old Kitty Starfire got a little bit upset. And
She should have taken a chill pill. Chill.
that is
chill.
The most Zero God comment. Why don't you just chill out? It's no big deal.
No, I don't think so. God, motherfucker.
How did we come to that decision for you? I think you DM'd me, Kitten, to do that.
Oh, I did. I DM'd you.
Can I kill him?
Oh, let me post the link to this.
Yes, please.
My entire little thinking. I mean, I recently came to this because originally I was gonna make him just be like a complete utter piece of no-no.
Piece of no-no, yes.
Then I started thinking it's like because what I told you, Fire, because you know of what I texted, like what he was into and all that. Yeah. My little guess is that at first he was just like just a game, and then when he started dying, he was like, not a game, not a game, not a game.
Not a game.
So he wasn't taking it seriously.
Oh yes, clearly. And he paid dearly for it.
Most of my characters, if I could go back, Zero, I'd make him be more of a piece of no-no.
Basically,
A bigger
it makes
piece
him
of
way
shit.
worse.
get him
Yeah.
killed first.
Yeah, like
okay.
in the like
He would-
let me try to remember. Like in the what part? What because like something just came to mind and I forgot about it.
Oh, side note, I love how I asked for what the phrases were and I have them fully written right here.
I did post all of the phrases,
fair
the
enough.
link that has all of them also. So.
Yes, it was, would you like to kiss me in Spanish? And then, but why won't you touch me in French? I asked you to touch me many times and you will not do it in Italian. Why did you choose to touch me in that spot in Portuguese? And finally, I will never see my family again, will I, in Romanian? Which
Are these like all the exact same storyline per se, or are they like two different people?
That's a good question.
Oh no, I remembered what I was gonna say. I remember what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
For like the part where like all the images were popping up of I think Wolfie, I forgot who.
Yeah, it was Wolfie.
Yeah, if I could, I'd make freaking what's his Zero, whatever I'm gonna call him, for short. Just be like, I've seen these before.
Yeah.
Like they're be like, oh, they're my favorite.
I think that at that point it would have been a double kill because I think Wolfie would have succeeded at pulling that fucking strip pole off the platform and beating Zero to death in front of everyone with it.
God.
Even though the game master was screaming, "Do not remove objects from the play area. Do not remove objects from the play area." I'm like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna kill this guy right now."
I do remember that part.
No, because like my entire like original plan for this guy was to be a guy who's into like big amounts of watching others in pain.
Oh God. Well,
so
exactly what that website was for.
Yep, pretty much.
Basically.
At this point,
but I
it's
completely
revealed
forgot
that
about
everybody is a piece of shit. This is the everybody is a piece of shit piece.
Yep.
Yes.
So we say goodbye to old Zero God, and oh God, I cannot wait for this next part. So the next circle is gluttony, and
I have to go now.
Bye, Shadow. See you later.
Goodbye.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay, thanks. You're welcome.
Thanks, you're welcome. So this one is gluttony, and so this is the more pleasant of arenas that the group is launched into because it's sort of like a sweets cafeteria. There's just trays of cakes and sweets and breads, and it's great. A nice respite from the fucking pig thing they saw
All
last
the
time.
food has rat poison in it.
What? What are you talking about? Yes.
Red didn't trust the food at all.
Yep. This was, apparently everyone has decided that you don't trust the food in CVs, which I don't know where you all got that from.
It started with the nachos.
When did the nachos happen?
That was in the first CV. Nobody trusts the nachos.
Okay.
That's right.
Because I was gonna say there was one where they were feeding like orphans to another irradiated orphan, I believe, and I'm pretty sure that that's a pretty good reason to not trust food.
Not trust food in the CV.
Don't trust food in the CVs. Honestly, yes, and with spiked smoothies in the last CV, I guess it is true. You don't trust food in the CVs. That's fair. So for the Imp Challenge, because I had everyone tell me what their vice was, essentially, you were meant to assign the correct vice to the correct player. And
let me link that one because I just got to it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to read out the vices.
You know what? My character's not even the most cringy because somebody fucking said Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, yes.
Wasn't that Kiara's character?
Oh, I will tell you exactly. I'll tell you exactly whose was whose. Whom's was whose.
I actually posted mine.
So the vices were sweets, winning, history books, fights, lying, the sky, anime body pillows, balance in story and gameplay in video games, chick flicks, time, fights, friendship, Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes, that's right. You heard fights twice.
Still fucking pissed about that because we did actually phrase ours differently. Eat my dick. You should have copied and pasted them. That wasn't fair. You did not deserve to get a 3-fer. Fuck you. Fire. Fuck you.
Someone voted chick flicks the worst vice. I don't know who it was, but I laughed my ass off when I saw that.
So,
I think it was Shy. I'm not sure.
So I'll get to you. So everyone was meant to post whose vice was whom's, and the winner was actually Oren, played by Shai. He assigned. Let me see how many Oren assigned. Got 9 out of 13 right, so that's pretty good. Out of 13 players, perfectly assigned 9 of their vices. So and kind of so much to the point where I was like, did I send you something accidentally? I was actually like quite surprised because the next second place was Red Like Roses, got 6 out of 13. Kitty Starfire got 5. Cheese Sticks got 4. Oh, Dark Wolfie got 5 as well. Oh, Hatsune Miku got 7. Never mind. And then everyone else got like 2 or 3. Some people just gave up. They're just like, I don't know. I'm like, fair enough. So
there was one that was pretty obvious.
Yes,
the friendship one.
Yes, that one was pretty obvious. No one got lower than 2 though, so that was good. At least everyone got at least theirs. Some people didn't even get theirs, which that was my favorite. They didn't even get their own correct. So Oren wins, and then the next one was the Beelzebub challenge, which turned out to be an eating contest. A revolving belt of different foods comes down, and they have to roll a high number each time. I believe, is this the one where we started getting, was it fortune cookies or something?
Yes. This is where you start handing out the fortune cookies with everybody's secrets in it and stuff. And like some people revealed what was in their fortune cookies and some people kept them to themselves. That's
right. So
this is when the betrayal starts.
This is when it gets crunk. I mean, it's already gotten crunk, but it does get crunker. So people are getting fortune cookies with various sort of letters phrased in them, and I am trying to find the first fortune. Oh, because they're in the DMs. That's right. I'll never find them that way. If anyone has any on the ready, I know Zoe, you Red Like Roses got a couple. But basically, they were essentially disgruntled students who said that their teacher was like, basically, it started off by saying that the teacher was falsely grading them and sort of like grading them unfairly, and there's a lot of prejudice going on. And then it got very uncomfortable, where it's like students were reporting that like teacher was being inappropriate with them sexually.
Yeah, I have 2.
Oh, did you get 2? Do you have them?
Yeah.
Do you want to read them?
Yeah. Sure.
Yes.
Miss Maple is a certified creep. She put her hand on my leg while I was asked to stay after class. I didn't know what to do, so I just sat there. I don't feel comfortable being in her class anymore. And then the other one was Miss Maple saw me in the hallway one day and called me into class and said I was nothing for failing the test. I think I smelled alcohol in her breath.
Yep. So what did you all think about here? I think those 2 got revealed. What did you all think about who is Mrs. Maple? Or Miss Maple, I guess.
I think we all just decided it was a piece of shit.
I think thought that like Esmeralda was the teacher.
I kind of thought so too, but I also thought it was Swift's character, because at the very beginning, Swift's character was the one who was like, "You didn't put a period at the end of your sentence," and we're like, "Ah!"
Yep. I loved stirring the pot. That was fun. And
it didn't even occur to me that like it could have been Dominus too, because like they were talking about how they were like
their teacher. Yeah, you guys fully glossed over that, which I was like, oh, this is interesting. So Dominus was being targeted because Dominus's real character name was Dina Maple. I will tell you now that all of those were lies. I talked to DVS about it, and I was saying, do you want this to be the truth or do you want this to be a lie? And he was like, I want this to be a lie. So I was like, all right. I mean, they're not going to know that, but there you go. So yes, Fire Demon spreading lies about characters to get them eliminated. So in the eating contest, it started off with like cakes and stuff. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm at the boss challenge, I think. Is that where? Because when did people start eating nasty things?
I think that was just for the murder, which is
that's right, yeah.
I linked the final vote in the chat if you want to swoop there for the final round. I think
you are a perfect demon. I want you to know
Thank
that.
you.
Yes. So actually, husband, played by Noob, wins the Beelzebub challenge. And then we have a debrief in the Gluttony Lounge, and then we have to do a blind vote.
I'm so salty about this. However, I did say this at the very, very end of the thing. I'm going to say it now so I don't have to go back over it. Wolfie could have changed their vote and actually thought about changing their vote before voting. And Wolfie and Pudsey would have survived. However, Wolfie stands by their vote even after death. Because I almost voted liar, but Wolfie decided to vote for the person who was addicted to winning, considering that to be the worst vice and probably the shittiest person. And Wolfie was right.
I love it. I fucking love it. So, do you all remember what your vices were? What your character's vices were?
My character was Netflix, I think.
Sweets.
Oh, yes, sweets. Yeah. Yep. God, I love that Red Like Roses was winning. I fucking love that Red Like Roses was winning. God,
let me.
That's so perfect.
I'm revealing I'm going to the reveal of who got how many votes. Vice's votes.
I voted friendship, I think, as the worst vice.
Actually, I have it here, but I'm gonna read it out loud while Dio's posting it. So the votes for worst vice, I'll start from bottom to the top. Red Like Roses only got 1 for winning,
which was Wolfie.
Kitty Starfire got sweets for 1 vote for sweets. Hatsune Miku got 1 for friendship. Who voted for? God damn it! It's so mean. Off to Mars got 1 vote for Chick Flicks. I don't know who voted for you.
Who was that? I bet it was Shy. I think it was Shy. I'm not sure.
Probably. Esmeralda got 1 vote for Five Nights at Freddy's. Someone really doesn't like that game, I guess. And then Cheese Sticks gets 4 votes for lying, and Pudsey Cat and Dark Wolfie get 4 votes for fights. So we get to the boss round, which is our old boy Glow Boy, and you're meant to run on a treadmill, and the slowest runner wins, actually. So you're supposed to get like less rolls or whatever. So the winner of the boss round was. Oh, do I have it recorded?
No, the winner was the Glow Boy, because
that's right.
It was all the top votes got eliminated.
Yeah, all the top votes got eliminated. That's right. So the winner was the Glow Boy. Who were the contestants? It was Orin and Husband. Yeah. So Glow Boy won, which means that all the top votes were eliminated, which was our first 3-way vote. This was shocking as fuck to me because I was certain Pudsey Cat and Dark Wolfie would be at the end. I was certain.
That was the problem with your blind votes, buddy. That was the problem with your blind votes. And I noticed that you didn't do blind votes for the rest of the thing after that.
Yeah, I knew I was going to do a blind vote because I thought if you guys figured it out, you would start voting very obviously. So I needed to throw a wrench in there. I needed someone to get voted who we didn't think was going to get voted. I didn't think it was going to be 3 people we didn't think was going to get voted off. But
the reason it was like that, though, is because you made 2 people be able to get voted off with fights, which means that anyone who was competitive and wanted to win would just vote fights in an attempt to get a twofer.
Oh, I love it.
If you had made 1 fights and 1 fighting, then that would have been split between anyone who just wanted to get rid of somebody who likes fighting or fighting.
How did you feel about getting eliminated? We'll talk about the elimination in a second. But
I already talked about how I felt about getting eliminated. I was fucking pissed because it was cheap ass bullshit. I'm fine with losing the blind vote, but the fact that it was a 3-way tie because you made 2 people able to get eliminated by 1 vote was cheap and stupid, and you don't see that on the kind of game shows that you base this off of, Fire. Because I know you already revealed your
I love it so
what your inspiration was.
I love this so much.
And there was absolutely no way that in that show you could vote off 2 people with 1 vote.
Oh, but I love it. I fucking love it. It's so good. So the elimination process is that the bottom 3, or I guess the top 3, however you look at it, have to eat various things, basically death by suffocation or gordification. There's a word for it. Watch 7. Very scary movie where this happens.
Gorgification.
Yeah, that one. Gorgification. And the foods start very simple. I think it's cupcakes at first or something like that.
Oh, this is also the one where during it, I was at work and I kept trying to kill Wolfie faster because I was at work and couldn't keep like reading and keeping up with the thing. And you're like, no, Wolfie's still alive. And I'm like, dude, I'm literally at work. Stop, just kill the fucker.
No, cut to a GIF of Captain America. No, I don't think I will. And So they start eating regular food, and then it turns into, what is it? What do I make y'all eat? What was it, like rats or something?
Everybody had something different. So I got a rat.
Bird-eating spider.
Cheese Tick got a huge fucking spider. And Pudsey got several hornets.
Ugh.
And the spider also laid eggs in Cheese's throat.
Yeah.
And they began hatching.
What kind of... What were you thinking, Fire?
I don't know. I hate all of this. I want you to know I hate everything that I said in this. Everything from the beginning of this RP to the end of this RP I hated. It was so disgusting.
Who hurt you?
Who laid eggs in my throat? Well, what do you all think was the worst of the things to swallow? What would be your like personal?
Just based off the picture, I'm gonna go with that fucking rat. It is the most diseased looking rat that you pulled out of a fucking Chuck E. Cheese. Which I actually reacted underneath so that it spells out the word hot. Somebody else reacted under Pudsey's hornets with yum heart.
I think I would take... Oh, I couldn't take the spider. I think I would do the rat if I had to pick between the 3.
Oh, I'd probably go with the hornets. Those killer hornets, man, after a couple stings, you're fucking dead.
Yeah, I guess that's true. The idea of them like crawling around your throat is so nasty to me, though. We have to move on.
So everybody dies. Fire drops this beautiful fucking line, which I'm gonna screenshot before we can edit it. Congratulations. You've found a killer and a thief. Dark Wolfie was not strong enough to accomplish the winner of this challenge, and the winner of this accomplish what the winner of this challenge must endure.
Yes, which is really mean, not nice, but kind of true. We'll get to it. We'll get to the.
We'll get to the end. We'll get to the end.
I will read out the full backstories, or I'll have the players read out the full backstories at the end. Cheese sticks. Oh, Nick, how did you feel about the elimination? Were you shocked?
No, because the voice was lying, so I wasn't too. When you said you're gonna vote for the worst vice, I knew I was buried. From the start. But that elimination, that 3-person elimination, I still think it's bullshit.
Amen. But also, Nick, I need you to know that, like, I'm glad Wolfie didn't vote for you accidentally and blindly, and I'm glad that Wolfie fucking voted for Red. Eat my dick.
Listen,
which I believe those were Wolfie's exact words at the end.
We still think Red is a lovely person by this point, so it's fine. After
that... we don't.
No, we don't.
We still say... So we move on from that very shocking elimination that Kitty Starfire is also very, very upset by. Oh, did Soph? Oh,
Bring Soph back.
is Soph already back from work?
No, she's
Yeah.
switched onto her
Wait,
phone, I
no.
think.
Oh, okay. Hang
Yeah.
on, bringing Soph back in to talk about, I guess, this ridiculous elimination. Hi, Soph.
Hello.
I'm scrolling to the next set so that I can post that link when you get there.
Awesome. So we get to greed. Greed is the next vice, or the next circle. And we have the imp challenge, which is an early vote, which is a shocking early vote. Who do you think should exit the competition? You may abstain from this vote. And the secret to this that I didn't tell anyone was those who abstain win the challenge, because you're not being greedy. So let me see what everyone did. If I have it on me. Oh, that's right. This is what happened, is that Dominus actually won. So who should exit the competition? Was it done in person, or in front of everyone, or was it done?
It was DMs.
That was DMs. Okay, the in-person thing was later. I don't know why I keep saying in person. So the winner was Dominus, who gave the win to Kitty Starfire, which is very non-greedy of them, which is great. So Kitty Starfire gets their first win, right? This is the first win for Kitty Starfire?
Yeah, that was the first win.
Yeah. Given.
Posting the shit, fuck, not that button.
God, you're about to delete the server?
No, I almost slipped into the bonfire bar. Just ignore me.
So then we get to the
money sharks.
The Mammon Challenge, where we go through each player and decide if they are poor, working class, or wealthy, and how likely they are to give away money. Very likely, somewhat unlikely, very unlikely. So this was really interesting because
they called it the Mammon Challenge. Is that what it was?
Yeah, MAMMON. And so you had to decide. So everyone had already told me in the DMs what their character's financial status was. And
these challenges made me make things up about my character on the fucking fly.
Everyone did. So which actually ended up making things really interesting and good, because you all make really good decisions when it's on the fly, I must say. So what we decided, so this is what I'm trying to see, the Mammon Challenge, what I've written down, I'm trying to see if this is what is the truth, or this is what, do you remember I'm just curious, do you remember what you made your characters, what their financial status was?
Mine was rich, obviously.
Yes.
I chose rich.
Yes, this is the truth. I have the truth written down here.
She was filthy fucking rich and got her money in a not so great way.
Mm-hmm. So I had Dominus was working class, Esme was working class, Hatsune was working class, and so was husband. Zoxtrin, Horus, Kitty Starfire, Mars, and Red Like Roses were all rich. No one chose to be poor, which I was very shocked by.
I think that works for the eventual story of when we get to the end, we'll talk about why everybody was there. But I think that everybody deciding to be rich actually plays perfectly into the story.
Mars initially portrayed herself as poor, like tried to pretend to be poor, and then she realized, okay, this lie isn't going to go further, and then she just decided to just tell the truth.
That's fair. So the winner of this challenge, we actually had two winners. We had husband and Hatsune Miku. I think this is like Hatsune's second or third win. This is and definitely husband's second win. So the debrief is in the Greed Lounge, and
I'm so excited about this part too, because I get to come back into the thread.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm very proud of this game. This is a fun game.
I need you to know, I was in Fire's DMs like, Fire, please let me box the shit out of somebody in the Wrath Circle. And he's like, calm down. I'm like, when we get to the Wrath Circle, look at me, Fire, I want blood. And he's like, calm down. If I let you go now, if I let you in there now, will you shut up? And I'm like, maybe.
Well, part of the reason I was so hesitant to bring you back was because I had plans later on down the line that we will talk about that didn't go the way that I thought they would. But anyway.
No, you fucked me there, Fire.
So the vote was actually not about who you want to go home. It's not RuPaul's Drag Race. People are dying. Who you want to die. And it was, which player do you think is lying about their wealth? So you vote for the person you think is lying the most about their wealth. And so we move on to the boss round. Everyone makes their votes. And the name of the game is Steal, Steal, Steal is what I wrote. Everyone has $1,000. Oh, and the players of the boss round were Husband, Hatsune Miku, and Kitty Starfire. Just for the facts. So everyone has $1,000. The player who falls to 0 or below is disqualified. The player with the most money at the end wins. So everyone is going round robin, and they're rolling D77s against each other. Remember, heaven number. Against each other, and whoever gets the higher number will get the opportunity to steal from the next player by rolling a D1000 to see how much they get from that player. And so we keep going around.
I think we start with the D1000, and that's like our bet, and then we do the 77 to find out whether or not we get it.
Yeah. That's right. That way.
I think that, but I'm looking at it.
You know that.
Yes.
So we keep going around, so everyone has 0. And it's the bosses, the NHC undead, who are notoriously greedy. Zombies are very greedy. They want blood and brains. But this time they want money. And who is the zombie undead that we have as a player?
It's Dave! Or at least what they guess Dave would be like based on their limited information of what happened during the event that was CV8.
Yes. So we have Night of the Living Roleplay player and Heli winner, Dave from CV8, come back as a zombie. How did you all feel seeing Dave again? I know you were excited, Amakitten.
I was really excited. I thought it was great.
In I think the lobby, everybody goes, Dave! It's Dave! I actually Fire was specific in my DMs because I was still begging for me to be allowed to kill somebody. It's like, oh, would you like to play a zombified Dave? And I'm like, oh, I was kind of hoping for the taunt players. And he's like, I'll let you do whatever you want short of touching the other players. It'll mostly be rolling. You will enter the circles as undead Dave. And it's like, but it's a programmed version of Zombie Dave, so not true to the canon Zombie Dave. And I'm like, yes, excellent. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play it as Zombie Dave's personality, but with Dave's ability to seek and speak. And Fire's like, perfect. So I made him be just an absolute dick.
Oh,
it's great.
Phenomenal.
I'm so happy.
Phenomenal. So eventually, shockingly, I didn't expect anyone to actually win, but Husband, played by Noob, actually wins. And so I think I have who. Oh yes. So the final votes. Here's what everyone voted for the person that they thought was lying about their wealth. Red Like Roses got 1 vote. Esmeralda got 1 vote. Zoxtrin got 3 votes. And Off to Mars got 4. So there is a universe in which Mars actually gets eliminated here, but it is not to be because Husband won and picked Zoxtrin, and poor old Void had to die.
Hold on a second.
Yes?
Nobody thought Kitty was lying about their wealth?
Nope. Kitty really went under the radar. I was very surprised.
Sleeper agent.
Fucking sleeper. Yeah, truly. And the punishment was that Zoxtrin was going to be hanging upside down from under a pile of money as it's lit on fire, and they are slowly lowered until they burn to death. Which honestly, out of all of the Circles deaths, this is probably the tamest one. Just being, dipped into fire. I would. Good way to go to me. I don't know. Anyone else? Okay with that?
I don't want to be dipped into you, Fire.
But I'm so gooey.
Yeah. You should probably get that looked at.
I don't want to. My crabs are happy. So we finished the green circle. Poor Zoxtrin is killed. And we move on to the Wrath circle, the 5th circle of 9. We're zipping through this. I love this. So the imp challenge is rank these things the players have done in order of what angers you the most. The least angry wins. So the one who gets the least amount of votes wins, essentially. So this was really interesting. So the sins were, and this is where I had connected everyone's backstories. The sins were obviously sent without names attached to them, and you're trying to figure out, who did what. Murder for hire. Who could that be?
I fucking forgot the fact that because I'm rereading this, because of course I am, because being Dave was great. I fucking forgot that at one point somebody tells Dave to see a fucking doctor. He fucking says, I think there's a few stories up, talking about the guy fucking the pig. Oh my god, I'm great.
I missed that. Oh god, you should screenshot that and make that your phone background. That's amazing.
Dave is great.
Noob says, is there a therapist up there too? I kind of need one after this.
Dave was great. I was so happy for the opportunity to call him a git again.
Oh, incredible. I love Dave. Shout out to Dave, wherever you are. Oh, you're dead. Whatever. And so, so the sins were murder for hire, family profits of and funding. So family profits off of funding snuff websites like Hospital Honey and Sexy Suicides. Those are the ones where, or Hospital Honeys is where Dark Wolfie has had their pictures posted. So someone's family profits off of that. Murdering their family, bullying poor people, destroying students' lives by falsifying grades, catfishing Zoxtrin into a toxic relationship. We will get there because that is one of my favorite things from Circles. Starting a shady cult and recruiting innocent people, and pretending to be another race so people would like them. So the final vote was what they thought was the worst was starting a shady cult and recruiting people got 1 vote. Pretending to be another race so people would like them got 3 votes. And profiting off of Hospital Honeys and Sexy Suicides got the most votes. So it turns out...
I also fucking forgot the part where Kitty Starfire was like, oh, well, if Lara had lived, maybe she would have gone home and fucked Dave's best friend. And I'm like, Reggie! I fucking forgot about that, you little shit.
Love you.
Dio's just going to stay with Dave for the remainder of this podcast, just the Dave section.
Sorry, I was posting the voting results.
You were good. I love that. So I will say this: the sins. I will reveal the sins here. Was that Kitty Starfire was a murder for hire. Esmeralda had the family that profited from Hospital Honeys and Sexy Suicides. Horace Knapp murdered their family. Off to Mars bullied poor people. Dominus destroyed students' lives by falsifying grades. We did figure out a way to make that true, so that actually was true. But the assaulty stuff was not. Red Like Roses was catfishing Zoxtrin into a toxic relationship. We will get there. Hatsune Miku was starting a shady cult and recruiting innocent people actively in the game. Just so we know. And husband was pretending to be another race so people would like them. So the winner of the Imp Challenge was Red Like Roses. Red Like Roses got their first win. And then we get to the Satan Challenge, which is the Insult Challenge, one of my favorite challenges from Circles. There's no rolling. It is literally people go round by round insulting each other. And I picked whoever got whoever had the best insult.
This is the one that takes 9 goddamn years.
Yeah, this one took a while.
Took a very long time, and I had to research insults because I am not good at them.
I mean, it's very cute because all of you were so lovely, and part of the reason why I created this was to make you all not so lovely people, and I mostly succeeded.
I had to get help, Fire. I had to get help.
So, well, you did pretty well.
It's hard to be a bitch in character because, like, in character, I sucked, but, like, out of character, I can insult a storm. I can make people cry.
I posted this link and I titled it "The Rap Battle Against Hatsune Miku" because that's what it fucking turned into, and that's why it took so goddamn long.
Yes, eventually it became a rap battle, which was incredible, and I wish Nalam was here to talk about it. But my gosh, that was just great.
I love that Noob was like, "What the hell is this?" And Kitten said, "You're Doom."
I was right.
I live. So Off to Mars wins. We suddenly realize that Mars is actually kind of a biatch. I guess we didn't realize that before, but it certainly comes up later.
That burn battle thing, it was like the most draining thing I've ever had to done in any of the CVs easily. God, that was so hard.
Same.
I hated it.
Me too.
Did you all hate it more or less than the translation challenge?
Oh, I actually hated this one more.
No, because I actually had to write especially at the end, I had to write like multi-paragraph like things, and it was like really draining.
Sorry about that. Not really.
It's
but
okay. I know, it's okay. I enjoyed it because.
Fire, are you shocked to hear that everyone hated this more than the fucking translation challenge?
Kind of, actually.
I actually didn't know. I would have much rather do this again than have to do another fucking translation challenge.
Yeah, that was
really
hard.
Yeah.
I hated the translation challenge.
I had a chance at this.
Did you think you would do well in this? Because I think I vaguely remember you saying, Dia, that you wish you would have had a chance.
I was the help that Kitten was just referring to.
Oh, of course. Nick, do you think you would have done well in this challenge? Nick, are you there? It's okay. I'm sure he thinks he would have done well. So then we get to the boss round, which is the Weeping Woman, one of my favorite cryptids. And so the Weeping Woman, her backstory is that a man left her pregnant, and she created these angry little fetuses inside of her. So her challenge was to conjure the person you hate the most and tell them exactly how you feel. I will measure your anger, and the most angry wins. So earlier it was least angry wins. Now it is the most angry wins. So we had.
I just want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that I am so glad that Red won that imp challenge, because I'm like very sure that would have been it after that Zazu reveal.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm. So Red Like Roses has to go up against someone named Chris. Which is weird. Who is Chris? But Chris talks about how, Red Like Roses catfished him and was like being really bullied. If you have heard there's that real story about that girl that was getting charged with like bullying this kid into killing himself. It was sort of that realm. That was sort of the inspiration of like.
What's the next circle called? Because I'm writing up the link.
Oh, it's Heresy. It's the 6th one called Heresy.
Okay, thank you.
And so Red Like Roses goes up against Chris. I don't remember how well you did, Red. Do you remember? Do you remember if you did well? I don't think you did. You didn't win.
No.
I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Red got 0 votes compared to the, I think, 4 that Off to Mars got.
So then Off to Mars was up against Hatsune Miku, Dominus, and Husband, who were poor people. Who, of course, Mars bullies poor people. And in the end, do you remember, Soph? Do you have a comment?
I think I voted Husband, and then I chose Husband to be eliminated.
Yep. And Off to Mars won.
And somebody tried to vote for Mars.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody tried to vote
Wasn't
for
it
Mars.
Kitty?
But
was it?
I think it was
do you know?
Kitty.
Kitty did what now?
Did you try to vote for Mars during the Wrath Circle? At the end?
For Mars and for both Mars and Red had gotten my votes at some point.
Ooh. You knew early. So Off to Mars wins, and that means. But what's funny is that so it was Red Like Roses and Off to Mars who were the boss contestants, and they both picked husband to get eliminated, and the group picked Esmeralda. So that's Noob and Kiara. So husband gets eliminated and is tied to a bed and watches the weeping woman give birth, and the fetuses all dismember husband, which honestly also not a bad way to go. Little fetuses cutting your limbs apart.
I don't know how I'm still eating food during this.
So disgusting. So we are now down to, let me see, I think 7 contestants left, and we're at circle 6. So we get to the heresy circle,
which I've misspelled. Please ignore. This should surprise no one. There we go.
And oh yes, there we go. Second Judge of Heresy. So the imp challenge was a simple question: give your testimony as to who is your higher power. Convert us. Whoever selects, and I said whoever selects God is the winner, which is interesting because I don't think anyone. Oh yes, Red Like Roses ended up winning this one. So yes, so this is interesting because this was actually a little bit of backstory into the lore of circles, which was that the correct answer was "Oh Lord and Savior Jesus Christ." So whoever selected God was the winner. And no one else did. And I think whatever Red, or Zoe, do you remember your testimony? Red Like Rose's testimony?
Yes, because I had dragon of statues helping me write it out.
I love everyone getting help for this RP.
He doesn't even roleplay at all in this server.
That's hilarious.
I was like, hey, can you help me write this?
I have the link to your specific message if you'd like.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay.
And you can read it if you like, Zoe, since you won.
Sure.
Oh yeah, it wasn't that long.
Yeah, I'm not.
It was one of the shorter
really
ones.
Yes. Maybe that's also why you won.
I said, like many of you, I'm not really super religious either. I do believe in God existing and all that stuff, but I guess I'm not really devoted to it, you know? The most important people in my life were my family, and they were honestly the only reason I even believe. We'd go to church every Sunday, sometimes on Wednesday nights as well. We'd sing along to the choir and do all those things, but then as I got older, I was given the choice to either continue going or not, and I chose not to. I was more concerned with my phone and the internet by that point. That said, by the time I actually chose to stop going to church, my family had already kicked the bucket, so it wasn't like they could actually urge me to go with them. Honestly, in the end, so long as I exist, then I don't really care if there's a heaven or hell or if only suffering waits for me in the afterlife.
And I was like, I'll take that. That'll win.
It's worth noting, because I actually went back and got the receipts, that is the second shortest reply, I believe.
Really? Who's the shortest?
Jesse, actually, weirdly enough.
Oh, interesting. Huh, interesting. So Red Like Roses wins the challenge. How many wins is this for Red? Is this 2 or 3? I think this is 3.
2.
Oh, 2?
Too
Okay.
damn many.
I love how many people hate Red. You will see, dear listener, why Red is so hated later on. So then we get to the Leviathan challenge, which is, I think, also one of the most hated challenges in circles. I thought.
Really? I thought it was fantastic. I liked this challenge.
I certainly hated creating it. It was how much do you know the 10 cryptids quiz. And so the answers were, so the questions were, how many cryptids presented as human? The answer was 3. And some people really contested a lot of these, which was fine. How many known animals has the Doctor transformed into victims? The answer is 4. What does the weeping woman carry with her at all times? Scissors. What are the harpies' main source of food? Blood. What is the one thing Friendo doesn't want you to do in their presence? Run. Out of the 10 cryptids we know, how many are widely known to the public pre-2021? I said 3. I think I also accepted 4. There's a couple where I accepted 3 or 4. How many what was the weeping woman's motive for killing her victims? Something like they took her jilted lover, or like, how many cryptids actually kill their victims on the spot? 4.
Hold on.
This is when you started deleting my messages because I've read Homestuck and you can't fucking stop me. Because this is where the glitches start in.
Yes. That's right. Yeah, that's true. What is the tradition done to ward off the harpies from returning and its plant a live baby in the ground? A lot of y'all got that one. This quiz a lot of y'all gave up, which was also quite funny. What are the 2 ways you know the slug snug has been near even if you can't see them? The answer was slime and smell. How many times does Friendo say their own name? 5. What possesses the glow boy's victims to come near him? His glow. One cryptid cannot exist without the other cryptid. Which 2 are they? This one tripped a lot of people up, but it's the blood vines and the NHC undead. Go back to Night of the Living Roleplay if you don't know. What part of the body does the blood vines burrow into first? It is the leg. And finally, name the animals that the Doctor has fused with humans in order that they have historically appeared, and that is pig, dog, cat, horse. So
I only had 1 wrong.
I have never done so much research in my life since high school.
I know, teachers need to be calling me. This is how you get people on quizzes. So Esme got 2 out of 15 correct. Dominus got 3 out of 15. Hatsune got 8 out of 15. Mars got 9 out of 15. Horusnef got 10 out of 15. Kitty Starfire got 11 out of 15. Red Light Roses got 14 out of 15. For those who have already been dead, how well do you think you would have done on this quiz?
I helped Kitten with hers, so.
And still lost? Wow.
They helped me the things. They helped me find the posts that had them.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. You got 2nd place. So
I stayed up all night, just like scrolling through all the old messages on the server to get the answers.
I mean, yes, this is a research one.
Like the one thing.
I
found
one thing I got wrong.
So
looking for all of the
cryptid can't exist without the other.
Looking for all of the cryptids prior to this was rough because we didn't always have the obituaries. The only ones that I could remember were the harpies, which was what was put in when the obituaries started, and the Lucifer monster.
Bruh, that quiz was dog turd.
See, I thought
I think I did the quiz like straight after I got off of work too, and my brain was just rot.
I think I got all of the physical glitches that were written down. I'm about to actually go re-listen to your old fucking voice messages that are in there to get those transcribed as well.
God,
I guess I could go find my lobby messages.
It's up to you. It's so funny. Yeah, so this is when the game starts glitching. There starts to be like weird messages. There's some physical glitches. There are some audio glitches. There's a glitch that says freedom starts in the heart, freedom starts in the mind. And then there's a phrase.
I posted translations for most of these in the lobby that day, so...
Oh, yes.
Like I said, this is when Fire starts deleting my messages because I'm translating them in real time.
You wanted to be back so bad.
I really like this one. Eat my dick.
Then I gave you an opportunity. I gave them an opportunity, but we'll get there. We're going to get there.
Yeah.
God, I cannot believe that happened. Anyway, so Red Like Roses wins both challenges. So good on you, Red. And the vote is for who is your favorite living player? Who is your favorite deceased player? And
I had a strategy for that.
Yes, you did. I remember that. And there's no immunity. No one gets immunity for this one. And so I picked that the favorite would die, and vote if they would like to make a trade. So the favorite players. So some people were getting very, very, very crafty and were picking people that they clearly wanted to die and were not their favorite, which was a cute strategy had it actually worked.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So Esmeralda got 1 vote, Horusnep got 1 vote, Dominus got 1 vote, and Kitty Starfire got 3 votes. Well, first of all, Kitten, how did you feel about being the best player, the favorite player, I guess I should say?
I don't know what the fuck is all wrong with y'all.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I don't think they'd realized yet.
No. Nobody asked who the murder for hire was.
Oh, that's true. Yes. Oh, yes. Did we already skip over when Oren got killed?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, at some point Oren gets killed in the middle of the game because one of the players had to leave. So, but
Kitty totally didn't do it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Kitty has killed 2 characters by this point. By the way,
I voted Kitty as my favorite person because I knew what was going to happen if I did.
So,
and Mars wanted her out.
And the favorite dead player was Dark Wolfie, who got 5 votes. It was a unanimous favorite dead player. And so I think it was, did I give you the option to make the choice, Kitty? Was that the thing? Who got the choice?
No, I think it was a vote.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if they would like to make the trade?
Mm-hmm. And everybody voted that they would not like to make the trade,
right.
Which is funny to me.
I couldn't believe that.
If Red really did want a competitive edge, I don't know why they wouldn't have brought back, the cripple who has already said that they're going to commit suicide.
I was certain people were going to trade Kitty for Dark Wolfie. How did you feel about this
too, actually? I mean, I was fine with it.
Oh, that's actually incorrect. I lied. It was not a unanimous vote to keep Kitty. Kitty was the only one who voted to bring back Wolfie.
That's right. Yep. That's right. That was interesting. So yeah. This is one of the top 3 most shocking moments to me in this whole thing. I couldn't believe that this happened. Anyway, and also I think it was. Did you send Dio? I think you sent me a DM saying like if you come back, you will fucking kill everybody or something like that.
Oh yeah. I was. In fact, yeah, I did. Even before you told me that would be the twist, I'm like, if I need you to know if Wolfie gets brought back, it is going to be a fight for everyone's life because that bitch is showing up and choosing violence.
Do you think Dark Wolfie would have won had they come back?
I actually don't know because of a lot of it is rolling based, and I have just the worst luck when it comes to stuff like that.
Interesting. I don't know that that's true. I think it might have been.
Unless you're DMing, Dio.
That is true. When I DM, I am just naturally just crit hitting on all of my players, and I have to stand behind the screen and go, "Oh, it missed again. How many HP do you have? Oh, it missed again. How many HP do you have? Oh, we dropped a healing potion."
Don't you dare spare my sweet Doris and Owls, by the way.
Oh yeah, everybody wants her dead. So
she deserves everything that's coming to her anyway. So the boss is the Mothman, and players stand behind the Mothman and dance exactly like him to house music, and
that's why that GIF was posted that day. There's a GIF of a bunch of moths dancing around in the darkness, and it's terrifying. And now I know why.
Oh yes.
I was looking up my messages.
So this was actually kind of basically role-wise, this is just a harder version of the Doctor boss, which is that the Mothman has to roll a d7 and the players have to get the exact number, which is kind of hard, a 1 in 7 chance. So surprise, surprise, the Mothman wins. And so they have to sacrifice one player, and it is a public vote. It's our first public vote, and it is unanimously Esmeralda, played by Kiara, who I forgot how they died. Do you remember their punishment?
You'll stab them.
Who stabbed them?
Yeah, everybody stabbed them.
Oh yeah,
everybody had to. They like nailed them to a cross or whatever, and had to stab into them.
Oh right.
I need you to know that if this had been a situation where I had actually like won this one, they still would have gotten voted out.
God.
Nothing against the character or anything like that. It was just I'm tired. I'm waiting for them to reply.
Yes.
Oh wait. Yeah, I think that was a lot of who gets voted out at this point. It's just how long do I have to wait for your reply?
Oh yes.
Okay. Also, Fire DM'd me the other possible outcome if my character had been voted back, and I need you to know that it's just Fire in that voice that Fire was using for that specific circle, saying, "Welcome back, Wolfie. Kill them all."
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, that's so funny because Wolfie's first action would have been to deck someone.
Yes. There's Circles is interesting because there's like a story going on in the actual main chat, and then there's a whole other story going on in the DMs. So we would be here forever if we went through everyone's DMs, but I sent people various voice messages, which sort of leaning them in one direction or the other, which Nalam started to point out. Nalam basically figured out later on, Fire Demon's trying to get rid of certain people. Which was, what are you talking about? It's all fair. What are you talking about? So the next circle was violence.
I'd like to know, Fire, what you might have said in someone's DMs about me.
Basically, I would say if you, pretty much everyone got a DM saying to eliminate someone else. I'm pretty sure everyone.
I died before I got
DMs. Yeah. Oh, you got a ton. I think Zoe got the most. Red Like Rose got the most. Yeah, Red Like Rose got the most voice messages. Because eventually the game needed a particular kind of winner, and there were certain people that probably shouldn't have won, so they were trying to make sure that they get voted off. But anyway,
That didn't work out very well for them.
It mostly worked out. There's one place where it didn't work out. Yes, with Kitty Starfire, it didn't. We'll get there. Anyway, so the next circle was violence. Violence.
I crave it.
So there's the Imp Challenge and the Minotaur Challenge were combined. This is a very confusing game, but you choose your partner, and you basically bet on your partner's success in their match. So if you're paired up with someone, you have to say, how well do I think my partner is going to do? And everyone was very sweet in this challenge. So if you bet on them to win and you are correct, you will gain immunity in the boss round. But if you bet on them to lose and are correct, only you will gain immunity and your partner will be up for elimination. It's very confusing, and it was really cute because everyone was like, yeah, I think everyone voted that their partner was going to win.
You son of a bitch.
So everyone voted that their partner would win, which was
you added that in at the last second,
which was a mistake because I it's just like I didn't realize you guys were going to be so sweet, and then I was like, oh, of course they are. They're not going to be like my partner's going to lose because that would come to bite them in the ass later. Maybe, I don't know. But yes, everyone was like, my partner's going to win. My partner's going to win. So that really fucked up some people. So Mars had to fight Miss Manchu from Knee, while Red Like Roses had to fight Rollo Rollins from the dating game. And it was a tag team sort of wrestling match because we're in violence mode. And I believe who won? Was it?
I did. Red did.
Yes. Red won, but Mars did not. So because Mars lost, Red lost as well. It's very confusing. so like
did all that work for
yes
nothing.
So like lost because they lost the bet, because that's what happens, is that the trick of this is that it kind of doesn't really matter what happens in the match. It matters how you bet. That's the thing that's important, is the betting of it all. So and then Kitty Starfire fought 11 Isidores. If you will go back to Enemy of the State, where Isidore has
4.
two. Was it 4?
It wasn't 11. It was 4.
Oh, I guess I had 11 originally. Why did I put down 11?
Because you started murdering everyone. You started actually, like, you were like, oh no, everyone is going to die. We talked about this and about how bad of a DM you would be because 50 single point hit point monsters is more likely to kill a group of 10 level 10 adventurers than a big bad boss.
Yeah, oh yeah, that is true. I did figure that out later.
4.
It was 4. And then
One.
Dominus had to fight the Doctor's right-hand man, Alexander Maxwell Knox, from the Fox.
I would also like to point out that if it had been 4 on 1, Kitty would have won that one.
Okay. If that's how
took down one, I took down one, and I almost took down another.
But you didn't.
Fuck you.
But you didn't. But you didn't. So
I was also the only one to go against 4.
Yes, you were. Oh, I'm so evil. So Hatsune goes against RTM from the Fergusons, while Horace Knepp goes against their brother, who people didn't realize was their brother until later on. And the brother is saying things about how, you're a terrible person, Knepp, and Horace Knepp, to be fair, and you're awful and you're horrible and everyone should hate you. And Knepp, who's been holding in the secret about their family, is trying to get the brother to shut up. Eventually the Minotaur Challenge winner is Red Like Roses. But it still means that Red Like Roses, Kitty Starfire, Dominus, Horace Knepp, and Hatsune Miku are up for elimination. So they debrief in the Despair Lounge, and the vote goes for who here has killed someone outside of the game. Who do you think is killed outside of the game? Does anyone remember who they voted for?
Oh, that was a vote that we had to do?
I think that was a vote, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I have it
Hang
written.
on, let me
written
go
vote.
back.
So
I forgot about that actually being a vote.
Oh no! Oh, why? Hang on, sorry, I've got to go find my spot again.
I'm scrolling too.
It teleported me all the way to the bottom.
Oh, gross.
I'm not scrolling through all of that end shit.
Let me see.
Who will be sad?
I'm trying to see if the vote happened before or after
There's Miss Manchi.
The boss.
Rolo. I didn't get rid of any of these roles when I was cleaning it up. I only got rid of that last thing, which is good because it got me temporarily banned from.
You had a nice little break from Discord, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Never again.
Never again. Let me see.
Okay, I should probably start clocking out. See ya.
See ya.
Okay, bye.
Oh, right before that.
I'm looking at the Vines challenge, and I'm just like seeing how from the start everybody was just like instantly taken out.
Oh yeah, we'll get to the boss round, which was very surprising. Also,
we just all got so very fucked.
At this point, Mars starts saying that they feel like they're being shown favoritism. This is when the shit starts too.
Oh yes, this is when it gets shady.
Okay. Have you got to the boss challenge yet?
I'm about to start the boss challenge. I was trying to figure out if you guys remember who you voted for this one, because I do not have it written down, but I don't think it mattered. Did they vote before the final challenge? I don't think they did. I guess not, because I guess it only mattered who lost the thing. All right, we'll just go through the boss challenge, and maybe it'll jog our memories. So, the weakest players, quote unquote, do a ruins run in the vines, which is evoking the first CVs where Leah famously, their character famously made a break for it down the pyramid, which started a bunch of deaths, and we were no exception in this version as well. And then the Harpies make a surprise appearance. Each player will get 3 pushes. A push will cost you a roll, but you will cut the victim's roll in half, aka a D10. So you could push people, or you could just keep going. I don't think anyone pushed anybody. as far as I'm aware.
They didn't because I think by this point the eager players in air quotes all they're teaming up against Red and Off to Mars.
Yes.
Like they have all decided that they fucking hate these assholes and they're either going down together or down together.
Oh, I love
And
that.
then the GM would be next, presumably, because they were just pissed by this point. It was all piss and vinegar.
Oh yes. So shockingly, the boss challenge winner was Red Like Roses. How did you do this?
I don't fucking know.
Because everyone basically just got freaking murked the first 2 seconds of this challenge.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, I'm next, but then I just kept surviving.
And so the vines are all hanging, all the eliminated players next to hanging cages with the harpies in them, waiting to see who they will eat. And so the folks up for elimination were what was it? Kitty Starfire, Dominus, and Horace Nepp. Were those the three?
It was Kitty, Hatsune Miku, Horace Nepp, and Dominus. Yes.
That's right. Okay.
In that order, based on the picture that I've got up in front of me now, which I'm about to post because I accidentally posted the wrong one first. It's fine.
Everything's okay. Oh my gosh. Yes, so this is the most iconic moment in this entire CV. I fucking love it. I fucking love it.
Fucking says beg.
So, I'm trying to remember how this was even set up. So
follow my link.
Yes. I'm reading that. But I'm trying to figure out what was it that they both got to. No, who got to make the choice? It was Red Like Roses.
Making the choice. It was Mars who got to make the choice, but Red is able to help facilitate the vote. The choice alone is Off to Mars's.
That's right.
And at this point, they both develop a god complex.
and I told Soph that they could choose up to 3. I said up to. So I want you all to know that Mars.
Oh no! Oh no! It was said in game.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was said in game. Everybody knew that 3 was the maximum option and that 1 was the minimum option.
I had
and it's
no idea what was going to happen.
You may eliminate at least 1 and up to 3. Choose wisely. So at this point, everybody's like, "Fuck you," and spits in their face.
This was the most iconic scene.
Beg. He said beg.
At this point, literally no one is begging for their lives. They're literally just throwing shade and shit talking. They do not care anymore. They're like, I'm gonna die, but my last words are gonna be "fuck you."
Oh yeah, no, it's very on par for my character. Actually, there was no way in hell she would ever beg for her life. None whatsoever.
So good. It was like everyone was just talking so much shit to each other. It was so iconic. I was like, I could just watch this forever. It was so good. And finally, Olmars chooses in a shocking elimination. Yes, what were you gonna say, Zoe?
I was gonna say that Kitty got their facts wrong without Chris. You thought he killed his family, but he didn't. So,
yes. So this is where we revealed that that Red Like Roses. Oh, this is really interesting. I guess I'll just reveal this now. So Red Like Roses. Zoxtran's real name ended up being Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And Zoe's backstory for Red Like Roses said that they were in an online relationship with someone named Chris. And I was like, they did not plan this, but I'm going to tie this together. I was like, this is so perfect. So perfect. It was like Zoxtran dated someone, and also that was the other thing, that Zoxtran dated someone online who wasn't super nice to them. And I was like, I basically DM'd Void and I was like, can we alter that in a way that makes it look like, this and that? So I didn't have to do that much work to link their backstories together, and basically Red Like Roses was an online bully. How did you feel about that?
It caught me off guard.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I was nervous because I was like, I feel like Zoe will feel uncomfortable about this, playing this kind of character, but
it has some like truth to like me personally.
And
God.
now we're at the part that I have had the most fucking awful time with the fucking numbers.
Oh, we'll get there. Hang on, we'll get there. Basically, Mars chooses Dominus, Kitty Starfire, and Horusnep to die. Oh, we also find out that Horusnep murdered their family. So that's a great little weird sidebar. No one seemed too bothered by that, but yeah.
No, nobody was bothered by it.
I think
at all.
Horusnep needed to die. A little crazy. But Hatsune Miku was spared.
It's because the GM was like DMing both of us that like Dominus and Horusnep couldn't be trusted. So Soph and I were in the DMs like, did you get this too? And I'm like, yeah. And so like this is our choice then, I guess.
Well, you were right about one of them. Dominus actually could be. Dominus is probably the most good person, quote unquote, of the group.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, but died anyway, so it didn't matter. So the Vines and the Harpies did their thing and killed 3 of the players. So now we have Red Like Roses, Hatsune Miku, and Mars together.
I'm not gonna link the bit before like the whole numbers thing where the find the criminal thing.
You're good.
I am going to link Miku's death, which then is led into by the Guess the Liar kind of game, which is just between the 2 players.
Yep. So we get to Malabaj, which is fraud, and it's a 2 truths and a lie. So you list 3 good things you've done for the world. Players will guess the lie. It was pretty simple. Mars got 2 right, Hatsune got 5 right, and Red Like Roses got 4 right. So the Malabaj challenge winner was Hatsune Miku, which is not what I was expecting. And then they debrief in the Greed Lounge, and they vote for who the biggest fraud is here, which is interesting. And the boss was Friendo. Friendo, they have to figure out which one is the real Friendo, and basically I, the GM, am thinking of a number, and the player has to guess it. So that took a while, but the winner was the challenger. Friendo ended up winning, and
everyone voted for Miku, I think.
Everyone voted for Miku.
Yeah, because Miku voted for themselves, so...
Yes. And also, Miku couldn't have won this, based on what was needed to be done for later. So, yeah, Miku, it made sense. And Nalam figured it out later on. He was like, you wanted Miku to die. And I was like, I had to. I'm so sorry. Miku had to die. I mean, although it would have been really interesting if Miku made it to the end. That would have made for a very weird plot twist, but...
Yeah, when we get to the end, I'm pretty sure Miku would have just headbutted everyone they came across to death for being a disgusting heretic person to their friendo.
How dare you? How dare you? You're not the real friendo.
Yeah.
That was great. So they kill off Miku, poor Miku. And finally, we get to the Treachery Circle, the final circle, Betrayal of Trust. The Imp Challenge is reveal
I
who
liked Miku's final statement though.
Oh, what was it?
I just y'all are bitches, peace out.
Yep.
I love it.
Y'all are bitches, peace out.
I deeply wish that I could hear Nalam say that in real life. I can't even imagine
in a
it.
fake Texan accent, please.
Please. So yes, I have to give credit to Nalam, because Nalam told me that basically he wants to lure people in with the sweetness of like a fake Hatsune Miku, and then slowly reveal how much of an actual like asshole that Miku is.
I need you to know too, if it hadn't been for Wolfie dying so early on, Wolfie would have joined the Hatsune Miku friendo cult.
Friendo cult. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nalam kept DMing me being like, I got another one. Like,
yeah.
Oh, God. What the fuck?
Could you imagine at the end of the game, though, like, instead of having one winner, they just have accidentally formed a cult?
Yeah. I was ready for it. I had to type in a scenario where I was like, well, this could happen because Nalam's making it work. But eventually those plans were thwarted. And we get to the treachery circle where you have to reveal who you voted for to die for each round. You are allowed to lie. The other player has to decide which reveal is either a lie or not, and if so, which ones are the lies. The most accurate wins.
You went round for round on this one too, so it wasn't just like list everyone you voted for and that you voted for them.
Yes.
You went round for round, so it was name who you voted for, do you think they're lying? Okay, name who you voted for, do you think they're lying?
Mm-hmm. And that was because Fire Demon had to look back in everyone's DMs to see who they actually voted for, which took some time. That was not some cute strategic thing, I just needed time to look. So oddly enough, Red Like Roses told the truth the entire time. Did you intend to do that? Zoe? Or were you...
I honestly... I don't remember.
Soph lied once. Soph only lied once. And I think, if I remember correctly, I might be speaking out of turn, I think Soph lied accidentally. If I'm not mistaken. I think Soph made a mistake and told me later, was like, oh, I meant to tell the truth there, but I might be wrong about that, I don't know. But lied on the third one, whoever the third vote was.
I think that was Wolfie and everybody.
Oh, that was the Wolfie one. That it makes sense why they would have made a mistake then. But told the truth the rest of the time. So the M Challenge winner was Red Like Roses. This is Red's fourth or fifth win or something at this point. But Red Like Roses got 1 incorrect. Mars got 2 incorrect. And then the Lucifer challenge was, what is your greatest wish? What was that about?
Do
you remember, Zoe?
I don't think.
Or did I make that up?
No?
You might have made that up. Nobody
You made that up.
I don't think they ever got that far, Fire. I think that you said, okay, there's 2 people left, and it is now 2 months into overtime or whatever. Because this is all happening on the 4th of November.
But I have.
So you're.
Wait a second. I have the Lucifer challenge winner being. Red Like.
No.
What was it, Zoe? Do you remember?
Yeah, I won the Lucifer challenge. The Lucifer challenge was us brawling it out.
Oh, yeah. That was the fight.
That's the number fight.
The
one that I had to edit.
Oh, I don't know why I wrote "What is your greatest wish?" Maybe that was a previous draft.
The greatest wish was what you used to lure all the players into the game in the first place.
That's right.
Whoever won would have had the wish.
Oh, that's probably why I wrote that down.
About.
That's what I was writing it down for something else. So yes, I put them. They just have a full-on cage match. So we get down to Red Like Roses, and who are you all hoping would win? Because you all hated both of them. So.
I think I hated Soph's character less. I think I disliked Red Like Roses more.
Interesting.
I think. I don't remember.
You brought them all back. No, you brought them all back.
We're getting that. We're getting there. We're getting there. My favorite.
You hate it.
Please fucking click that link though and read the number that I tirelessly and got fucking temporarily banned from Discord for doing. Please do that, everybody.
The goddamn numbers thing.
Goddamn numbers thing.
Yes.
Wolfie hated Red less.
Yes.
I'm reading it right now.
Okay, cool.
I made them roll. The fight took a very long time, so there's a lot of numbers in chat. But
there's so much less than there were.
They're mostly deleted thanks to Dio, who sacrificed themselves for the greater good. And then the big old twist at the end was for the boss round. It was full revenge for the last for the big elimination. Was tell your past competitors why you deserve to win this challenge and not your other competitor. So basically, Red and Mars had to state their case, and I got this directly from RuPaul's Drag Race, where you have to tell your the past eliminated folks why they deserve to vote for you. win.
And you didn't just say why do you deserve to win? It's why do you deserve to win this game? Why you should be chosen to fight the cryptids, and why the other should be executed.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, instead of going right into their spiel, they go, fight? You fight? Fight?
So,
I
gave everyone a track record.
Mars had this whole speech, and Red was just like, I just kicked their ass, so clearly I should be the one to go fight some people.
Yes. Oh, and I gave everyone a track record list, which was kind of sad when you looked at it, because Red Like Roses won so many challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and you were allowed to abstain as well. So, 2 players abstained, 4 players voted for Mars, and 7 players voted for Red Like Roses, which meant Red Like Roses won the entire Circles game. Were you shocked? Were you gagged, Zoe?
Yes. I was not even expecting to be alive that long.
I was too. I did not expect it. It was very interesting.
I'm posting a link for the sort of confessional thing that was at the end.
Yes, please.
Even though it was like 2 things after, I think, the last thing. Anyways, it's very long because every character is getting their last moment.
Yes. So everyone basically reveals what their real names are. And I will I think I'll let you guys read yours if you want to. Oh god, special course is so long. So we had Cold Demon, whose real name was Cameo. Cameo was a pansexual. I guess they died. Oh, right, they died. It's such a weird sentence. Was a pansexual? No longer. No. Cameo was a pansexual. Her family was made up of Karens who sent her away to a recreation camp to make her straight again. She acted straight, but it really only made her lean towards lesbian. Her family never accepts her, so sometimes during calls they can be heard yelling at her. One day she got her computer and decided that online friends would work, so she hid in her info and made friends. Kitty Starfire. Kitten, do you want to read Kelly's backstory? By the way,
backstory, where is it?
I will post it in chat, actually. By the way, Kelly was second place for RP Character of the Year last year, the Hellies.
Hey.
We stand. We absolutely
lost
stand.
by Dave.
Lost by Dave.
That's fine. Alright, real name, Kelly, Isla, Tracy, Tilly, Yates. Yes.
How dare you with all those names.
I know, right? They are a 29-year-old hit for hire who specializes in different torture techniques. They beta test video games on their downtime and travel a lot for work. They are a solitary creature and spend most times alone in one of many hidden safe houses. They are a proficient hacker, but only when they need to get the job done, and to get their next hit. They are known to the public as the Starfire Killer because of the calling card that is left on their victims, a star surrounded by flames. Currently, they are in hiding after completing a successful hit. They also have some tech built into their bodies. So for this game, they are not using a headset, but a neural processor that is connected to their brain, and a port that they can just plug into so they can fully immerse into cyberspace.
Oh, yes. Then Esmeralda has, my name is Fiona and I live in Scotland. I moved here 6 months ago with my parents after my dad got a new job offer. We moved here from India, which wasn't great for any of our mental health. Our origins are Scottish, but my grandparents moved here for a change of atmosphere. It wasn't quite the same for us, though. My father was under constant financial pressure. My mother had to deal with an overbearing in-laws. My brother quit school after 10th grade to help my father, and as for me, school was horrible. Plus, I had to deal with everyone showing their frustrations on me. My father got a new job with wonderful people. That new job, by the way, was funding hospital honeys and sexy suicides. My mother doesn't have to be overbearing, and things are going swell. My brother's restarting school with us. My classmates have been wonderful. Due to the turn of events, though, our family has never been better. My father apologized for all the pressure he put me through by giving me a new VR set, and I got a job as a beta tester. How about you, Dark Wolfie?
Are we reading the backstories then?
Sure.
Mhm.
Did we post yours? I got yours.
I got mine.
Okay.
I got mine. I posted already.
Okay.
Dark. I'm sorry. XX underscore Dark Wolfie underscore XX.
Yes.
AKA Nepeta Ichikawa. Which, by the way, all of the Japanese names that I posted in my backstory were literally just the most common first and last names in Tokyo. Lives in a permanent care facility, aka a hospice, in Neo-Tokyo. At 23, they're the youngest person in the assisted living ward. They have their own apartment in the ward and live next door to an elderly woman named Maria. They're a female assigned at birth, but identify male, despite the fact that their health prevents them from unnecessary surgeries or the ability to wear a binder. Their apartment is inspected by a nurse once a week on Tuesday to make sure that they are taking care of themselves, because Wolfie is like an otaku, and Wolfie does not want to take care of themselves. They just want to be on the internet all the time and watching anime where the waifus are. Walking for long periods of time is painful, and they lose their breath easily.
Oof.
The nurse who usually checks in on them is Daisuke Saito. Use this information as you will, is what I said to Fire whenever I did the thing.
Perfection. Oh yes. You had the parentheses stuff. Yes. Yes. If you want to read Horosnep's backstory, I posted it in chat. It is long, but basically, Horosnep had kind of the darkest backstory, which is that he got very. He kind of was a psychopath, and he ended up killing his family. Is essentially the long and short of it. Yeah, it was not great. He struggled with issues of being compared to his brother. He was not happy. Very sad, very sad. Then Orin 13. Orin 13 is an online speedrunner and game tester by the name of Nero Lane. They are also a scammer, catfishing the rich and taking their belongings, only to give most of it away to those in need. Some even call them the Robin Hood of technology. No one knows, of course, that they do this. After all, they do it under the name Nero31. Orin 13, you could say, is the good side of the coin. That is Nero, and Nero is, of course, the bad side. Our poor Soph is not here, but off to Mars. Although Brooke Hillsley seems like she was born as a disadvantaged poor person in the long-stricken climate Australia, it's actually the opposite. Brooke is loaded, like incredibly loaded. Her parents are shareholders of one of the largest corporations, and never in Brooke's life had she had to worry about going poor. As such, she is quite full of herself after having grown up in this lifestyle for her entire life. From a young age, Brooke has a fascination with the Y2K era and teen film music of the 2000s, certainly taking after characters such as Cher and Regina George, Cher Horowitz, of course, from Clueless, as she could relate to how she saw herself in these characters. It's quite sad to see what she's become, really. Perhaps she did grow up in the 2000s. She could grow more.
We have got a Swift in the chat if you'd like to invite.
Oh, Swift, come on up. Hang on, I'm going to have. Hang on. And let me see. Who's next? Hi, Swift. How you doing? Little sweepy baby. Little sweepy baby.
I mean, I just woke up. Like,
so yes.
I mean,
you are a sweepy baby. So Dominus, whose real name was Dina Maple, yes, was the teacher from earlier. A.k.a. Dominus is a professor at a university who teaches history. As a kid, she always got into fights. Her neighborhood was as low down as you could get at this point. One time, she stole some food from a store. The owner caught her and beat her up severely for it, causing her to become paralyzed from the waist down due to constant stomping on her spine. Jesus Christ. Forgot that part. Other kids bullied her afterwards, and she was wheel-bound for the rest of her life, making her go into a deep depression. She found some sort of solace in learning history and proceeded to spend her life studying the old works. Many days she feels worthless and pathetic for her childhood than her current situation. She doesn't play video games often, but spends most of her copious free time in online chat rooms about history, mainly gaming history, because of the medium that is the internet. We have Zero God. Kevin Scarlett grew up in a semi-rich family. His family wasn't the greatest. They constantly abused him. After a decade and a few years of dealing with this, the pain suddenly felt good. He then began to like to see others suffer. He wasn't the best at inflicting pain to others due to his weak body. Zoe, do you want to read Red Like Roses?
Oh, sure.
I have it if you need it. Do you need it?
Nah, I got it.
Okay.
I got it. A loner, too intimidating, the life of the party are things commonly used to describe Alex, and they're all true. Hopping from friend group to friend group, Alex cherry picks aspects of their personality or just outright creates one on the spot to portray for each group of friends they join, and very few of those friends ever get close enough to know all of Alex. Flirty and provocative 1 second, modest and introverted the next. Pretending to be something you're not is simply safer for Alex. Not only does it make it harder for them to get attached to people, why get attached to people who don't even know the real you after all? Easier to see them as just strangers you talk to every now and then instead of anything closer. But it also keeps people from being able to hurt them. Of course, though they'll never admit it, Alex has been doing this for so long that they no longer know who they really are behind all of the masks. And that frustrates them. And maybe it'd be nice to find a true friend that wouldn't betray them, but Alex knows by now that that's never gonna happen. Oh well, it's not like they'll stop anytime soon. They're having way more fun living like this. At least that's what Alex will say if anyone ever asks.
And speaking of Alex, here's Zoxtrin's backstory. Chris is a college student who the majority of their life knew that what they were going to do because of someone special in their life named Alex. Chris knew Alex since they were little from a little game. They never named the game. Chris had never met Alex outside of either chats or games, but by the time they entered high school, they officially became a couple, which is when Chris noticed a change in Alex's behavior online. They began to be more forward and began to put it simply, started acting like a jerk. Chris did not want to believe that and chose to ignore any warnings he was given about them, and by the time Chris entered college, things got worse for him. Alex became more manipulative and occasionally emotionally abusive to Chris until one day when Chris asked them why they were like this. Alex blew up at Chris, ending their relationship then and there. After the breakup, Chris didn't know what to do now that they were alone and didn't know who they could count on and who they could trust, and began having emotional breakdowns from being overwhelmed by the amount of mistakes they made because of Alex. Kind of an incel. It's actually a little bit of an incel. While they didn't know what else. Also, what?
Big simp energy.
Big simp
energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
While they didn't know what else to do, they didn't want to worry others, so they began acting like everything was fine and dandy until one day, after the stress of exams and piling up more responsibilities, he found himself pacing around in a park one evening before they were approached by a man holding a cigarette and a lighter. The man offered him a smoke after seeing how stressed he was, and after a couple of cigarettes, the man had to leave while Chris was in the middle of a cigarette. While they were smoking, they decided to take a small stroll before they accidentally tripped, dropping the cigarette into a pile of leaves. The pile caught on fire. Chris actually enjoyed the feeling of this. So it was also seen later on that Chris actually, that fire killed a family who was inside of a house. So was it an accident?
Yeah, I thought the family was his, that he burned his family.
No. He killed a random family. Horace Knepp killed their family.
Yeah, that's where I got confused with things.
2 murderers. 1 was intentional.
More than 2, because
wait, yeah, well, yeah, 3, 4. I don't know. Everyone's a fucking murderer at this point. Then we have Cheese Sticks. Osmo Dawala works for the ISI, in Pakistan. Oh wait! Oh my God! You're here. Yes, you can just read it yourself. Never mind. Hang on. I'm going to
acknowledging my existence.
You're here. I'm posting your backstory right here. Hang on, it's coming. Stay right there. There you are.
Yes.
I love how excited you
I
got.
forgot I wrote this in first person because I thought it was an interview or something.
Everything's an interview.
Okay. Osmo Dawala works for the ISI. I think I didn't put his age on here. I think it was 25 or something like that.
That's okay.
Worked for the ISI, the Inter-Services Intelligence in Pakistan. Killed 2 grown men when he was 19. Got arrested and released in the same day. Drafted by the ISI due to the knowledge of foreign countries. Kidnapped twice escaped, and came back to base with enough information to dismount an entire insurgency operation, which got him another job, which was the current job, the investigation of a game in its current beta composition.
Oh no.
So basically, Osmo was in a private investigation.
Yeah. So he had like two like people who were working in some sort of private situation thing. So
sad that
how many more profiles do we have left to go?
2 more.
Okay.
We're almost done. Hatsune Miku was a college student who left home to avoid her abusive parents. They fell for a pyramid scheme. The cult of Friendo at college got deep enough into the cult that they are passionate about the cult, though it is out of sort of a self-denial that they are the same as their parents. Then we have Ryan Clark, who is husband. He was a 17-year-old born in North America. He was the top of his class, even given gifted. But he had become heavily invested in Japanese culture as an American. However, he was bullied by his classmates for being so interested in Japanese culture. A weeb. And it got to the point where he disassociated from school, after which he didn't really seem to fit in, so he became a foreigner online so that he could get more friends. He eventually became a shut-in and became absorbed in the internet where he felt safe. Ooh, one more, sorry, I lied. Pudsey Cat, final one. They were born at home as an only child to an abusive family who shook them off for not existing. When they got older, they snuck out to explore while their parents were outside. And while they were on the street, they grew fond of cats. Of course, the happiness only lasted a little bit while they were away from their parents. They ended up stealing things or would rob others for fun who hid them back at the house. While being searched by the police, they were caught with the illegal items. And then they got moved to a semi-large adoptive family who lets them live the privacy and quiet that they need and introduce them, of course, to the internet. So that is all of the backstories. I want to quickly...
Here's the confessional again, so that way we can get to that. And then here is... You can continue.
Perfect. I want to go through some of the circle's connections if you haven't figured them out already. But Kitty Starfire worked a freelance gig from a private investigator who sells secret photos to porn sites, essentially. But we decided, I think, Kitten, that Kitty Starfire didn't know where the photos were going, right? Yeah.
Didn't know where the photos were going, and she did a lot of these kind of gigs. She had a handler who went and got her assignments and everything for her and was all like, here, go do this, don't ask any questions, you'll get paid. And she was like,
Yeah. So one of the sites was Hospital Honeys, where Dark Wolfie's photos were coming from, which is interesting because those two are kind of friendly throughout circles, which is fun.
I actually posted one of the pictures in the bonfire bar. Nepida's name is the scientific name for catnip, and specifically they befriended Kitty Starfire and Pudsey Cat.
That is fucking insane. God, I fucking love this. God, that's incredible. I also had that Kitty Starfire was hired to investigate Mitsuki, Horace Knepp, who took private photos, which ended up exposing them killing their family. Oren's next target to steal money from was Off to Mars.
I didn't know this. I didn't notice that. Oh yeah, Kitty Starfire was actually investigating the Fujiwara clan. I feel like I didn't mention this in the backstory, but if she was investigating the Fujiwara family, like Mitsuki's branch, they should have probably investigated their cousin's branch, because I'm just gonna say they have even shadier shit going. Just saying.
Well, honestly, she probably did. She did so many fucking jobs. She probably was like, probably did.
One of her favorite things was to take down the rich.
There you go. We had We had Oren's next target. Oh yeah, I said that was from Off to Mars. Esmeralda's father, the new job that the father was moving to Scotland for, was to fund snuff sites for hospital honeys. I also put Screaming Pussies, which I guess we didn't have that one there at the time, but Screaming Pussies was a cat killer website. We had Off to Mars. Their family bankrolls the gay conversion camp that Cold Demon was sent to, and is a recent investor in Sexy Suicides. So they also invested their family also invested in the snuff websites. I had husband was auditing Dominus's class, and Dominus was actively grading their papers illegally, because if you're auditing a class, you shouldn't be. And those grades were going back to husband's family, who was abusing him. Red Like Roses, of course, got into a deep online relationship with... Oren got into a deep online friendship with Oren, who is simply trying to case them for a scam, which I don't know if I told you that one, Zoe, because we didn't really get to it. Zero God basically was leaving comments on everyone's social media in the whole thing, including Red Like Roses, husband, Oren, and Dominus, on other social media stuff. So one of the things that Dominus was in Dominus's backstory was that people were mean to her, Dina, on social media, and that was Zero God, of course, because Zero God was a shithead. Pudsey Cat stole Pudsey Cat's family, because remember Pudsey Cat was stealing from rich folks physically, stole from Esmeralda's family, which forced them to move. So Pudsey Cat's family essentially forced Esme's family to move, which is thing. And then, of course, we know Zoxtrin was in a relationship with Red Like Roses, who was catfishing them, and quote-unquote led them to arson. So those are all of the connections that I made tirelessly, some 2 a.m., which is very challenging.
I also told Fire that if he so desired, if his little dark heart so desired, he could have used my character for everything.
Yes, that was very helpful. That was very helpful in connecting. I was like, oddly enough, I didn't need Kitty as much as I thought I did, but I was like, always my backup for crazy shit. So Red finally wins, and Zoe, you want to take us through what happened? Because I know it was very confusing for you.
I was fucked.
Well, I have to be off now because
See ya.
Okay.
Goodbye.
So Red Like Roses wakes up.
Yeah, after Mars dropped that whole bomb on me, thanks for playing with me, some sort of online shit. Started making Red feel bad, and they were in a building, I don't know, lab, maybe. A bunch of people were surprised that I won. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Had to make a picture at the last minute.
Oh yeah, made everyone make a picture. Yeah, I like the one you chose though. It's cute.
Thank you. But,
yeah. So she wakes up. She's sitting on a very white sofa, which seems to be an office. Everything is in complete white, and there's a being in a white bodysuit. So the voice that comes out is neither masculine nor feminine, and we just see that Alex, not Red Like Roses, Alex is just sitting in front of this sort of white figure, and basically is too busy, is on the phone, hello, what's going on? Yeah, okay, I have them here. Never mind, I'll talk to them later. So puts down the phone and is basically questioning Alex, and is kind of disinterested and sort of which one are you again? Were you the winner, right? Yeah, you. First of all, Zoe, were you did you know where this is going? Were you concerned? I guess you still don't know where this is going because it's
I
not done
had
yet.
no idea.
Yeah. So basically, the figure is kind of over it, pretty much here, just look at yourself, you're fine, everyone's fine, you won, whatever. Not who I thought was going to win. I actually injected a lot of my own predictions into this character because I was like, well, we'll get there in a second. So basically, gets very annoyed that Alex has so many questions. Like, why do you? Stupid. Why just be confused? It doesn't matter. None of this matters. So basically, the figure tells Alex that we created this program to find humans who would be ready, willing, and able to fight the cryptids. We don't know much of anything about them, but we imagine how most of them look, and we generally put you in the realm of tasks that we believe you might be facing against these beings, apparently including Limbo. Who knows? And the cryptids were created by someone from our unit, which is obviously not a point of pride for us. Naturally, when you are forcibly removed from a place of infinite glory, and then they stop, because that's a spoiler. So eventually they get a call, and then they don't have time, so they're like, Alex, we gotta go. Let's walk and talk. So, by the way, do we now know who the person who is forcibly removed from our unit is? Have we figured it out? Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. I thought it was obvious at this point. It's okay. So no, it's okay.
I don't even remember this conversation. I'm still reading up on it.
Don't worry. Listen, it's all going to be revealed. We'll return to it in CV12, so it's okay.
Oh, is CV12? This is completely random. Going to be like a direct pickup from where this one leaves off?
I will say the start of it will. Yes.
Okay. Can you do a recap, please, for the love of God?
No, it starts. I'm actually. Well, I'll tell you this later, Zoe. But I'm gonna have us redo the scene, part of the scene.
Oh,
yes.
Oh boy.
You.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So basically, the figure goes, walk with me, talk with me, and then we basically go into this sort of cavernous office kind of building where all these same figures who look the same are like, oh, dude, you're the one who won. Oh, and they can't figure out which one Red Like Roses is. It was like, wait, is it the one who likes Friendo? No, it's the cat, right? And they basically it's like this office who had just bet on who was going to win, and a lot of them bet on the cat. I basically just put in who I thought was going to win for these characters. So, I had my money on the cat. I had my money on the Friendo one. And were you super confused, Zoe?
I was offended.
And then we come to realize that all of those little voice messages you all have been getting were from everyone in this office. They had just created these weird little voice messages to inject into your ears. And they pull them back up and they recite them back at Alex, who is very concerned about this. It's very Truman Show vibes. Were you surprised by that? That it was
What were you saying?
Basically, it was that everyone in this office building had conspired to they created all of those little voice messages. Everyone had been in on it, yeah. So they are laughing and all that stuff. There's a little blurb about the Wolfie. Hang on, let me see. Oh, do not be too bothered by the others around here. Everyone bet on Starfire to win. Or the Wolf won. The Wolf was weak. What were they going to do against the cryptids? It's not all about physical strength, Well, do you know? Have you ever seen a cryptid? Well, neither of you. Yeah. So that's the office water cooler talk.
One dude who voted on Wolfie, you are the MVP.
What are the MVP?
So finally, Alex gets put into a room where she is asked to put on a suit. And so let me see. The handler walks in. So as I was saying, I was going to put you in the field to see if you can gain any real intel we could use on the cryptids. Normally, we would have a much longer onboarding process, but people seem to keep losing the game over petty squabbles and useless backstabbing. Kind of like what happened in this one. I wasn't originally signed to your game, so I'm not sure what transpired, but since you're here, I can only assume you played with strategy and, I don't know, skill. To which Alex responds, "Yeah, you could say that," which I fucking love, which is the most Alex line ever. And there's actually a line I really, really love, and I can't remember it. It's something about. Oh yes. So Alex goes, "I swear to whatever deity is out there, if this ends up eating me alive or some shit." Oh, the suit. We were putting on the suit, and then the handler responds, "Heh, deity." The suit forms itself to Alex's body. The handler turns back around. "Wonderful. I'd ask how it feels, but all of your adjectives have been in the realm of confusing and weird family, so I'll simply assume you've not moved from that place." And Alex is confused. Eventually, as things are being explained, another figure bursts in and says, "The files are corrupted. The files are corrupted. You have to come look." And there's panic in the office. Suddenly, there are lots of noises, and then it is kind of quiet, and then you just hear loud stomping through the office. Massive thump, thump, thump. Alex doesn't say a thing, slowing her breathing in hopes that whatever's out there is like one of those monsters in a horror movie they can only sense when you're moving and breathing too loudly. Alex can very clearly hear large nails scraping across the door of the room that she is in, and just then the door opens. And that is the end of Circles.
Are we going to do like a little thoughts and feelings recap here?
You have it. This is the thoughts and feelings recap time.
I need you to know, in true fashion for my character, if I had won, her only comment through that entire thing would have been, "I'm getting paid for this, right?"
That's very on brand for Kelly Kitty Starfire.
Okay, so thoughts and feelings. When all of this was posted, Kitten and I were in a VC, and I believe I made a joke about the creature that was stomping down the hall and dragging long nails is literally just fire in like 9-inch heels, and that's why the clomping sound is, and the long nails is the acrylics they just got done.
Yeah, it was fire and drag.
Yep. Damn it!
Spoilers for CB12, I guess.
Damn it! I was trying to keep that a secret for CB12. God damn it! God damn it! I don't love how you just call me heavy-footed. By the way, stomping. Good Lord.
Well, I mean, 9-inch platform heels.
Delicately clomping, delicately tip-tapping.
I'm imagining you're doing a fucking T-Rex walk in 9-inch heels.
Just completely man-spread, just, barreling down a hallway. Oh, I'm ready for my number.
Also,
give me drink ticket.
My thoughts about the end, game thing where they're like, "Oh, everybody's killing each other," and it's like, what's the point? Where it's like, no, the files are corrupted, each other like over and over and over again. Everybody all at once. We've just lost all our other players. What I think happened there is that they were using this program to try and get the perfect army for fighting cryptids, and the program ended up being a cryptid, and then they couldn't fucking fight it.
That's exactly what happened. Very good.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Yes, because the game itself has to be a cryptid, so it has to get corrupted and become a cryptid, which is.
That means Dave is too cryptid.
You're double
Dave is in the
cryptid.
files of the game.
You're double cryptided.
Hey, the game was being investigated. I guess whoever was investigating accidentally corrupted the files.
So the questions we have left.
Wasn't that cheese?
What was cheese?
No.
Oh, cheese sticks. Oh no. Oh, that makes sense. No, that kind of makes sense.
Cheese sticks is a dump.
It's a dump. So
I mean, that would be why everything got corrupted.
There you go. So the questions we have left are: who is the rogue person who has, I guess, left this facility? What is this facility? Where is this facility? And what is that creature that is stomping down the hallway? And what is
also
going to
how the fuck did they get Rose from wherever the hell she was onto that couch?
To the couch.
Yeah.
This is another question.
Kidnapping.
Oh yes, that is true. Yes.
They managed to smuggle a cloaked cult member and a gun into a hospice. Kidnapping is not outside the realm of capability here.
Hey, listen, it wouldn't have been that difficult considering Kelly already got in there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the first fucking picture was from outside of the hospice. Thank you very much. The second one and the other ones, we never actually see her, so she could have been in disguise. Tell me exactly how you walk up to the front desk of a fucking assisted care facility in a dark cloak, fucking cult robe, holding a shotgun, like, yes, I'm here to visit this one person who has never had a visitor in their whole life. Yeah, just wait right here one moment. Here's your visitor's pass. You're gonna go up those stairs and take a left.
They had windows.
Like D&D stealth roll, or not even intimidation. They lied their way through the entire thing. It's just the one behind the desk had just nat one to every roll.
Perfection.
But also, like, how the fuck are they gonna explain that afterwards? Like, there's no way in hell Wolfie got that gun on there. I've mentioned this before. Motherfucker never left the hospital room. Ever. Did not have visitors. Never has seen the outside before because otaku fucking wants to live in anime world forever. Anime world is in front of computer, so therefore that is where they stay. How the fuck did they get a gun?
They technically have their anime world now.
This is true.
Aww. Well, it was a thing. It was a time. I can't believe everything that happened. All this and more will be answered in CV12. Are you ready, Zoe?
Hell yeah.
CV12 will be
just whenever it happens.
Very different.
Next month.
Yes, probably when I get back from LA, I will start up CV12, which should be wild. I will reveal that there will be no character submissions for CV12.
Excellent.
0 character submissions. Nothing will be pre-planned from the players.
Excellent.
Yep, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to reveal. Yes.
Wait.
Well, besides you, Zoe.
You promised that you would post your predictions and stuff that you had.
Oh, right. I will just look at the characters really quick. I thought, out of everyone, I thought Orin would. Oh, I knew Cold Demon would die first. I had Husband next. Noob. I thought Noob was going to die next. I thought Esmeralda would die third. I thought Zoxtrin would die fourth, or reverse those two either way. I then thought Red Like Roses would die fifth. I had Mars dying sixth. I had Horus Nep dying seventh, and then Dominus, then Pudsey Cat, then Kitty Starfire, then Dark Wolfie. Did I miss someone? Hatsune would have been somewhere towards the end, though.
You really thought?
Oh, and Cheese Sticks. I thought Cheese Sticks was probably gonna. I thought Cheese Sticks was gonna because knowing you, Nick, I thought you were gonna slide your way through to the end. I thought you were gonna sneak attack us all the way through to the.
That never happens.
I think that actually would have happened had the blind vote not happened. I think Cheese Sticks would have slid, not all the way to the end, but I think Cheese Sticks would have. Actually,
the blind vote fucked everyone.
Yeah,
I think is the general consensus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You made 2 nemesis.
I loved it. I loved the blind vote. That's my favorite thing. Oh, it's so good.
I hate it, and you also.
You should. You absolutely should. The 3 most iconic moments are the blind vote, the triple vote, fuck you vote, and I think I had a third moment. I forgot what it was, but those 2 moments for sure were some of my. Oh, and then the decision not to switch out Kitty for Dark Wolfie. Those are my 3 most iconic moments from this RP because I can't believe that happened. Well, thanks, folks. We did it in under 3 hours. This is our shortest CV podcast yet.
Under 3 hours. Yeah.
We did it, everyone. We absolutely did it. Is everyone ready to go to bed?
It's 1 a.m. Fire. Fuck you.
It's almost 8 o'clock,
It's
so
not even
no,
8.
God,
Yeah.
not even.
Well, I
Not
hope
even close.
I hope I will see you all for CV12 in some capacity. Remember, you can be as invested as you want to in it. You can play side characters. You can play all kinds of characters.
I'm actually doing a little comic thing that I've had stuck in my head for like 5 days for CV12 specifically.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
At first, obviously, like I was super burned out from doing circles and CV. Or I did Night of Living Roleplay, circles, and For So Deep Is Our Love, and I was just so burnt out on it. I didn't think I was gonna like input in it, and then like midway through CV11, I think, and I was like, maybe I'll be in there, but I don't really want to much. But like almost a week ago now, I had this little like seed of an idea in my mind, and now I'm kind of amped for it.
The For So Deep podcast is gonna be a fucking bloodbath.
Oh boy, yes, and I will have to do most of that solo because I don't know if everyone's going to be there. So
I won't be there.
Great.
I probably won't be there anyways.
Don't underestimate my ability.
What day is it supposed to be on?
I think they're voted for Monday. God.
Oh no, I think I
would.
I do work Monday.
What day can you do it? Because maybe I'll just make an executive decision.
Okay, Monday the 21st would have been the day, right?
Yes, that's when they.
Yeah, I will be working all that. I will not be working Wednesday. I will not be working Friday, and I will be off on Thursday after 4 p.m.
Great,
my time.
Let's
do it Wednesday.
How about you? Is that okay for you, Kitten?
Any day is okay for me.
Okay, good.
Wait. Wednesday at what time?
I'll try to do it earlier.
I'll be free all day Wednesday, so
great. I'll do it around
It depends. If
lunchtime.
If it lines up after 5 p.m., I'm okay.
Okay.
It's like the thing is, Fire.
Yes.
You know what days I am also busy, because you are also busy on those days.
Oh right, D&D. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's true. Okay, folks, we're going to bed. So good night. Okay.
Okay.
Good night, everybody. Have a beautiful time.